Alrighty, everybody. Hello and welcome back to some Black Ops 6. Just a couple of days before Warzone kicks off. We don't have long. And unfortunately, neither of the bolt-action snipers that are in Black Ops 6 I have ranked up properly yet. As you can see here, I'm working on the Frost line, level 28. And you can see the LR762 I haven't even touched. Literally 0 eliminations with this gun. So, yeah. Not great, but we got work to do. So I'm joining Lackey in multiplayer today. Have a bit of fun in multiplayer, I think, instead of playing zombies today. And then I think tomorrow we're all going to join up and play a bit of Warzone together in like the MW3 Warzone for the last time before we move on to the Black Ops 6 Area 99 map, which should be good fun. So thank you very much for joining. Smash like if you haven't done so already. Our first target today is 500 likes. Help us get there if you can. If we're already there by the time you're watching, then, you know, help us get to the next target. Maybe 1,000 likes, 1,500, whatever it happens to be. I'd love it if you haven't smashed that like button to smash that button as we get into some hardcore Black Ops 6 multiplayer. And Lackey's telling me this is good because obviously every shot that I fire with the sniper will just be a one hit. So hopefully I'll be able to get some ranks pretty quick. But we're going to jump in literally just with Lackey today. And going to do a bit of grinding with the snipers and see where it gets us. See what happens. I know that the grind in Black Ops is relatively mental, so we'll just see how it goes. But thank you for joining. Hopefully you're going to enjoy some gameplay today. Right, Lackey, I don't know any of these maps. God help me.
Securing C.
Everybody rush down middle and die, usually.
Zone C secure.
Basically every COD map.
Stay on target.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got one. Oh!
Oh! Just got
And I'm dead!
I just watched you fold like a deck chair.
Oh! It's one of my favourite things to do in videos, is to react to being shot. Oh!
We lost B.
Have you seen that, there's a lady who does Minecraft, but she does it with like a haptic suit that electrocutes her?
No.
And it's hilarious. Like, honestly, she sounds like, you know Tom from Tom and Jerry?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, she sounds like that when she's being electrocuted. Like, he's just like...
Yeah!
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Oh,
absolutely... Man. It's the funniest thing.
Things you love to see. Pain.
Like, Westie, you've been thrown in the deep end of multiplayer, and, you know... I mean, hardcore's not bad. I mean, like, you just...
Oh, no, it's fine.
hold angles.
Yeah, you just hold angles and you just know that you're going to die.
That guy just got killed by a shotgun, like, 20 meters away. That's insane.
Blimey.
Taking Bravo underway.
Don't go anywhere.
Oh, the no-scope.
Don't go anywhere.
Do not go anywhere.
Guys,
Controlling Bravo.
What's happening?
they just keep lining up for me. They're trying to
Using A.
pre-fire me.
Are you using marksman rifle?
Yeah, I'm using the DM10. It's kind of nasty. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's a one-shot kill, so...
Oh, there's a guy on the left. Yeah.
He's dead.
Well done, Lackey. You've literally held the entire team.
Thanks.
Get a UAV on grid.
I really enjoyed the fact that they pushed the exact same
Losing
angle
B.
4 times, even though they kept dying. That really did a lot for me.
That's great.
Losing Bravo.
I'm an absolute sucker for a DMR too. Anything that vaguely remembers... Oh, hello. There's a man here, Westie.
Oh, man. Eamon.
The
Eamon Holmes.
DM10 is like vaguely based on the M10 SAS, and honestly, that is my favorite weapon in any video game, full stop.
Yeah. Oh! Through the smoke.
Flashbanged.
I literally don't know the angles, so...
That grenade just steadily
Losing
rolled
Bravo.
towards me.
Nice.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
no.
quite a riveting experience.
I've been died. I've been killed. I actually quite like that angle.
Multiplayer this year, like... It's not that bad,
We're losing
you know?
Charlie.
Like,
It's not that bad.
Well, like, look, I'm not a multiplayer gamer anymore. I know that for a fact. Like, I'm a, you know, Battle Royale has changed the chemical composition of my brain, right?
Yeah.
But
They're taking
it's
C.
held my attention more than most have, historically.
Okay.
That's the way I would say
Oh.
it.
Established overhead.
I might have just killed my own teammate.
That's all right. As long as, once you do 3 of those, they will reflect back on you.
Yeah, and he just came back and knifed me.
Yeah, nice. It's just letting you know, don't do that again, boss man.
I shank me. I shank you.
The eye shank.
The eye shank.
We let Steve Jobs out in Clapham.
Turtleneck shank.
Enemy napalm strike incoming.
Enemy napalm strike. I feel like I'm not holding angles enough.
Well, yeah, like hardcore, like I don't even really omni movement. I'll be honest with you. I just walk around pre-aiming like a scum. Like,
there's no point, is there?
you know, it's just, you know, it's not super necessary.
I mean, you know.
Get one of those Mr. Beast style videos. I put an Apple tech executive in Hackney.
Well, to be fair, I did just buy a new Apple product. Guess who bought a new Mac Mini with their M4 Pro?
Oh, what,
The tiny boy. The tiny boy. Do you know why, Lackey? Because it's good enough now that you can play Steam games running on Apple's emulated coder, so that you can just play all your Steam games on a Mac. So last night I was playing City Skylines on a 55-inch OLED TV in my living room with a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard sat back, and you couldn't even hear the Mac running behind the TV. You couldn't hear it.
It's quite big brain.
I mean,
It's quite big brain.
It's great. I mean, the reason that it's such a good deal now is because it comes with a minimum 16 gig of RAM, whereas Apple used to only ship 8, the heathens. But 16 gig because of Apple Intelligence. But that also means if you don't use Apple Intelligence very much, you've just now got 8 gig more RAM than you had before. So yeah, I went for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not much to game in front of my sofa. Not out of choice, just because like I at the moment I've spent so much time on Black Ops, so I just try and get away from my desk as fast as humanly possible.
Honestly, these people just pre-aiming corners is utterly mental with SMGs, by the way. It's absolutely crazy.
Well, I feel sorry for the guys doing SMGs in hardcore, because a lot of them are probably trying to get headshots, and you get hit markers with the
God.
with an SMG. But yeah, like I don't really game a huge amount, but when I did, I was using pass-through from my gaming PC to my Nvidia Shield Pro.
Oh yeah.
And that was lovely, because it's basically latencyless on Ethernet.
Yeah. I mean but I bought the Mac Mini because I was like, do you know what? I want this sitting on I want to be able to play some games. And like, the thing is like my laptop now has only got like a 2070 and it's just pretty old now. And I was like, I was getting fed up of having to like bring it downstairs, move the TV, plug in with HDMI.
Yeah.
I'm like, screw that.
Having a dedicated thing for it's quite nice.
Yeah, so an M4 Pro Mac Mini sounded like a good investment, so I went for it.
It's a good chip as well. I mean,
it's really good. It's really good.
If you ever found yourself needing extra like hardware on the go for like an event or something, it's
honestly, yeah, I could stick it in my backpack. That's genuinely how good it is.
I like it when Apple does like useful shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like their new chips, like, you know, they're actually
really good.
making ground. Like they're doing intelligent things with them, which is why I find it so frustrating when they do annoying things. Because I'm like, surely you people realize that you actually have the power to do like really cool stuff in the tech space.
Yeah. Come on.
Losing Bravo.
Yeah, I've literally just been pre-aiming corners and stuff, and it's worked quite well. I've gotten a handful of headshots with the DM10 already.
We lost B. Controlling Bravo. Hostiles reclaimed the lead.
Lol.
Lol.
He jumped around the corner, he just instantly died, like, perished as fast as he humanly could.
He's
The
dead.
lead is ours. Losing B.
I just love an M10 sass. How can you not?
Lackey loves a bit of sass.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, Westie.
Yeah.
Losing
Don't go
Bravo.
anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't know why I got exposed, but, you know.
Losing B.
If anybody happens to know any Latino... No, I'm just...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, he risked his career.
Oh, it's funny, isn't it? It's all satire, it's fine. So I'm trying to get into the space of like Jimmy Carr where no one can actually cancel me. And
No
the
one's allowed.
I might add.
Someone in my chat saying, thought you didn't like MP. I don't. I don't. And yet here I
Variety
am.
is the spice of life for Westie. There's only so many zombies he can kill.
Hostile UAV established overhead. Enemy CUAV inbound. Losing Bravo.
Yeah, these 22 damage headshots. Bloody hell.
What weapon are you using?
I'm trying to snipe. I got to rank up the snipers, man.
Ah, right.
Might not be the one. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you can probably get a 4x sight on them.
I've got like a pretty low zoom optic.
Keeps despawn. The counter UAV keeps despawning before I can destroy it.
Isn't that one of the big complaints about trying to do the launcher camos in this game?
Yeah, so you have to get like a bunch of score streaks, and then like once you've done that, you have to get like direct hit kills with the launchers.
Enemy
Yeah,
UAV inbound.
yeah. People just literally randomly spray in your direction in this mode and just hope to high hell that one shot connects. Because as soon as it does, they get a kill.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
UAV inbound. Hostile UAV established overhead.
I love that. I love that. I'm doing so well on bottom of our leaderboard.
Losing Charlie.
Let's go, Westie.
I can't even ADS quick enough. That's my problem.
Yeah, that's honestly sniper ADS in this game is, well, it's designed for Warzone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think it's deliberately like 400 milliseconds.
Yeah, so that it's ready for Warzone.
After you miss a punch, you melt.
Oh no.
He had all the time in the world, and he still bottled it.
We've given up the lead.
We're funny guys, man.
Right, here we go. Oh god. Good god. Can't wait for season 1. Says Turd Ferguson in my chat. Great name.
Nice.
He's a long time chatter. He's been having a real big Turd Ferguson.
Shirtless Turk.
Oh, I got a Semtex kill.
I forget there's this little underwatery bit here.
Your tactics aren't working. Find another way.
And we know they're walking all
Taking
over us.
Bravo underway. Securing B.
The fact that that was a headshot is absolutely hilarious.
Cover me, taking the objective.
Locked down. Losing Bravo.
We lost.
I think we lost Westie.
Langley won't-
I think we lost.
My bad, I'll try better next time.
It's okay. We only lost by 10 points. It's all good.
Is this going to be the one where they all lined up for me? No, what a shame.
This guy has been abusing one-shot SMGs.
The funny thing is that I'm pretty sure the Jackal, like...
Look at that. I mean, look, at that range. At that range.
Yeah. And that's hardcore.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Do-do-do-do-do. Apparently check out the thermal 6x for snipers, Westie. If the tooltip is correct, it doesn't have scope glint.
Yes.
Ooh, thank you, QG Duck.
It's almost like it's on that video that I did about the attachments you need for Warzone.
Right, okay, yeah, I haven't watched that.
Okay, we should probably watch that at some point.
So what is it? I don't even have it unlocked. That's the problem.
No,
Thermal 6x. It's ranked at SVD level 40. Can't wait. Guess what rank my SVD is? 0.
It's actually the crazy part about that thermal 6x is that it doesn't have, like, it's not a bulky optic and it doesn't take up a huge amount of the screen. So like it's like surprisingly powerful because it just doesn't take up any screen space.
Interesting.
Oh my god, Babylon, Jesus Christ.
Baby lawn. Baby
probably
lawn.
Not the map you want to do sniping on, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
much.
brother, I'm just here to try and do whatever the hell I can do. Okay? I've been here.
I've been here getting battered time and time again.
Oh dear.
It's just never not going to be funny, is it? Like, it's...
No. Okay, Lucky, let's talk about the football game on Sunday. it wasn't a classic, was it?
Not particularly, no. Like, it's two teams who'd rather not get a loss than get a win, do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and almost for completely different reasons. Like, Arsenal cannot afford to not win, or not lose. can't afford to lose. But you guys, equally, a win would have been fantastic, but, like, you needed to keep pace as well. So take the draw.
Yeah, it's just a business decision game, do you know what I mean?
Business decision.
That's literally all it is, yeah.
Checking this off as a bit...
I mean,
I'm dead already.
I will say credit to our manager, though. Like, the fact that we're even remotely in the realms of competing against top teams again is great.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
Like, and then we're so early still as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think City will be anywhere near it this year. I don't think they'll be anywhere near it. I've got a feeling they're just going to drop right off.
Interesting fall off.
Yeah. It's coincided massively with an investigation into their absolutely illicit activity.
I wonder what you could be referring to, Westie.
Well, what I'm referring to right now is an absolute collapse of my own ability. Like, how are you managing to get... Yeah, I was going to say, how are you managing to get kills here, brother?
I just pre-ADS everything.
Well, that's what I'm trying... The thing is, with a sniper, it's a bit harder to do that.
Yeah, sniping on this map sounds like hell, I will be honest with you. And I probably wouldn't do it myself. But yeah, no, it's nice, like, I don't know, like, it's just the fact that we can even go into games anymore against teams who are obviously, you know, been up there the last couple of seasons. And
well, I mean, have you seen? It's this season, dude. Everyone's taking points off of everybody.
Yep.
Like, it's really close. I know Liverpool are out in front, but then...
Barclays.
Yeah, but Liverpool have basically played Burnley 10 games in a row, so, you know, I mean, they were going to win most of them. What's going to be really interesting is that City have got, like, 5 games in a row. Like, they've got Villa, they've got they've got Man United, Liverpool, all these games. They could seriously, like, drop points. They could only... I reckon, out of those next 4 games, I say they get 5 points, maybe? I think at the moment.
Bro, whichever heretics throw grenades in hardcore, I hope you have an awful time.
Forest going for a title charge? Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it. They're going to get knocked back by the mighty Arsenal in a short period of time.
Enemy UAV inbound.
Can this map just, like, flip our spawns, please? Because this is just
honestly, mate, these maps are rough as hell. Like, most of these multiplayer maps are so bad.
Yeah, I don't even, like, this is the thing. Like, I don't even want these maps. I'd rather play, like, Skyline or something, because at least I know I can get headshots
Lucky,
on that.
I guarantee you, I know why we've been given these maps this year. They won't do any remaster maps, because what's coming next year? Black Ops Remaster. So they've given us all the shitters that were given the thumbs down for an actual game, and they were like, oh crap, now we're going to do the remaster next year. Bring back all the shitters! How is this game bit like? I don't understand. The development of this game's been 4 years, and I'm like, how did you go 4 years and you made maps this bad?
There's a guy basically just sitting at a point where, like, it's, yeah, I've had to, like, pre-buy him to even
get rid of him. Yeah, we are completely and utterly spawn capped right now.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do. We are completely...
This is why people don't play COD. Like...
This is awful. How are we just stuck in this spawn constantly? I don't understand.
Yeah. And I wonder what's on the other team, Westie. Ah, people with multiple prestiges above me, which means they're basically jobless. Like...
Jobless men.
We're losing Alpha.
What the hell am I seeing, bro? Prestige 75, bro. Like, what? How much free time have you got?
Losing A.
I mean, that guy's just straight up walking around corners, cutting people down.
Guys, I got 2 kills in a row. A double kill. Legit.
Bro, flip these spawns. What are we doing?
Why are we stuck in this
Do you know
corner?
it's fine. I'm gonna do what COD hates. No. Do you know Activision? Go toss one, mate. Honestly. That's what your SBMM does, you silly little bastards. Enjoy it. Face the consequences of your actions.
Face the consequences.
I'm not even joking, dude. So, like, I've been doing this camo grind, and I've had, like, I would say nearly 60% of my games don't finish. People just leave.
People just leave.
They just go, yep, this is Sway Lobby. I'm out. See you later.
That's the point. Like, surely... Where's ADS? How do I reduce my ADS time in this game?
With snipers, I don't think there's a huge amount of options.
No, there isn't.
This is what I want. Skyline, perfect.
If you're stuck at A with that map, you're done, basically, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I genuinely... Oh, dev errored.
Oh!
Dev
When
errored.
you're back in. So you've just been farmed and now you've been dev errored, Westie. Would you come back to enjoy this experience?
I've dev errored back to just the menu.
Yes. You will have to relaunch your game, though, because it won't load a map.
Oh, lovely. Alt F4. And launch pad on it. 4 years in development, guys. 4 years. 4 years, and we got the world's smallest map where you get stuck in spawn. Brilliant. That's what happens when you create video games via data that suggests everyone likes Shipment, but actually, everyone hates Shipment, and the only reason they play it is because your grind is abhorrent, and the only way to get the good stuff is to play those crappy maps, because it's the highest points per second. I can't believe it.
It's a pretty good assessment of it.
It's what's been happening for, like, ever since MW19 came out, right? That's pretty much how it's been.
Yeah. No one likes the grind, so nobody does, like, you know, nobody wants.
Everyone is trying to find any way to shorten the grind. That's how it's working, right? That's what everyone's doing. They're like, right, how can I min-max this as much as possible? Not even like, oh yeah, look, I found this cool way to rank up a bit faster.
I've already told chat, like, to get this done, I will quite gladly 2-box the rest of it. I just don't care anymore. Like, I've reached a point where I just don't give a toss. Like, what the hell do you mean I need to get baseball bat kills in a lobby where some Donny thinks he's Scump reincarnate, bro? Like,
it's ridiculous.
I think I'd have to do lines of the Colombian in order to catch up.
Oh, can we talk about David Coop, please?
Oh, that's so funny, dude, honestly. He's 100% at an afters, like, filming that, which is insane.
But not only that, during COVID as well.
At an afters during COVID, talking about how he thinks a manager's a knob.
Yeah. Well, Knob's putting it politely.
Regular day at the Barclays, that's what that is.
A regular day at the Barclays. That's all I ask.
Will never happen.
I love COD. I love it. Hold an angle for ages, wait for the guy to peek. As soon as they peek, someone picks another angle and kills me.
Jeej.
And then I'm ADSing and I can't see the body.
Okay, another headshot. Thank you very much. Level 51, prestige 3.
Wow.
Wow. Another headshot. Cheers.
I love how you bring up David Coot after mentioning nose beers.
Nice.
Honestly, mate, that video...
Bro, his face doesn't... Like, his jaw must have been absolutely swinging, mate.
I just can't believe it.
I mean, I'm not shocked, let's be honest.
No, I mean, like, I think... Like, I'm going to put this really sensibly, right? Every referee is going to have an unconscious bias. Unconscious, right? They're going to be somewhat biased because of previous decisions, like behavior.
Interactions with players.
Yeah, or even childhood allegiances to Premier League teams, because they are human beings and support football clubs. Fine. Just don't let those referees referee their childhood club. And also...
Or any team that could be affected
Or any team that could be affected by that. And then, also, when they out themselves in a video during COVID, make sure they get fired to within an inch of their life. I can't believe it. Honestly, I was... The more I watched it, Lackey, that conversation we were having, the more I was leaning towards your side of it. I was like, maybe this is AI. Maybe this is just too ridiculous to be true.
How stupid do you have to be?
But then we realised he was just an idiot. And it's like...
Yeah, he's just an idiot.
Never underestimate the power of a human.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, that might be the phrase of the month, considering...
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Couldn't have come at a worse time for the referees, though, because they're just constantly getting roasted for being dog shit.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, because they have been.
They have been.
I mean, you only need to look at bloody what's-his-face. 5'4" Lissandro.
Oh, God.
Getting away with 75 red cards. I mean,
I can't.
what's that other geezer? Anthony Gordon, Newcastle.
Yeah.
I think he should have had at least 4 red cards this year that he just hasn't gotten.
I mean, even if you want to do it in that Arsenal-Chelsea game, right? There were multiple opportunities the referee could have sent players off, but he used common sense and chose not to. But the problem is that referee didn't use common sense for multiple other decisions this season and did send people off.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. Do you know what? if you wanna harshly referee and you wanna yellow card everything and you wanna
consistently.
yeah, do it for every team, not just one or two teams. That I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan and I think we've been harshly done by. I feel bad for the Wolves fans. Jesus Christ, Gary O'Neill was 100% right. Like there are biases in there, and it's now been proven.
The problem is the British press won't talk about it.
Well, they don't want
Or at
to
least
because
not the TV press, at least.
they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk
What?
about it.
Well, I mean, if they talk about it, you know, maybe they get a soured relationship with the Premier League, and maybe they go, well, actually, we're going to give our rights to TNT because they're really nice about our referees.
Yeah,
Don't cause any problems with the game. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, there is that.
It's why YouTube football content is taking off more than conventional TV at this point, because they're actually willing to talk about stuff that, respectfully, I can't believe I'm allowed to say this as a YouTuber, the corporate shills won't.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know about you. I watch Goldbridge. Goldbridge's stuff. He's a bit extreme. He's a little bit, you know. He's.
I don't
I'd call
mind him.
He's tabloid. He's tabloid.
Yeah.
But that's fine. And the thing is I don't watch his United stuff. I watch his That's Football channel. It's quite good from a fan's perspective. He doesn't massively over sensationalize, but obviously he goes in a little bit on the powers that be. But I think Goldbridge is not. He's not too bad. He's all right.
Yeah, I need to. Listen. I've already decided. You know, when I sack off Call of Duty YouTube, I'll do Chelsea YouTube. Because good God, what is that geezer's name?
Oh God.
Is that one that we have?
I don't know, but yeah.
Proper bell end.
The thing is, Lucky, is it's great content because all you got to do is sit in front of a camera. You don't even need to reference, like, you don't even need pictures or anything because you're just focusing on what's happened that weekend or that midweek, you know? Go for it. I love how this all kicked off about David Coop, but he is speaking actual facts. Oh. Yeah, but the thing is with that is that he might say that he doesn't like Jurgen Klopp, this, that, and the other, and whatever he said. He's entitled to his opinion, but as a referee, I don't think he should
say it publicly.
Or,
like, that's
you know,
all it is.
you can say it, but maybe don't have someone recording.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like, you know, it's not a shock at all.
No.
Like, you know, every referee probably thinks some manager's a bit of a knob. Like, I mean, Christ, I mean, I'm coaching university students at the moment, and the first thing I said to them is like, look, if you act like a bellend, that referee's going to tell another referee, and maybe there will be an implicit bias about how they officiate.
Agreed.
Because you've been a knob.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do that.
Lackey, what laser is it that stops the wiggle on the sniper? Is it the steady aim?
It's the target laser.
Target laser. Okay, cool. I don't see why he should get sacked. I just find it funny, to be honest. Well, of course he should get sacked. He's implied he's biased against a football team that he's refereed. Like, you can't do that.
You can't say that and not get fired. Like, if he just said, if the entire video was just, I think that guy's a bit of a twit, that would have been it.
Yeah.
You know, like that, nobody would have cared. Like, every referee has that opinion. That's fine.
How has he ended? No one's asking the question how he ended up on a after party sofa in the first place. I mean,
referees are just people, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just they're not just like they're not hated by everybody in the world.
I mean, I remember when I went out for a drink once and I ran into Robbie Savage. I thought, God, what, like, it could have been the worst, like, pundit imaginable.
Yeah. Well, the only one worse than that is what's his name?
Jermaine Penis.
No, Chris Sutton. Oh my God.
Oh God.
The epitome of depression. He is literally the most depressing human in the world. There's such a good clip from an Arsenal podcast, and I don't know if you'd have heard it before, but like the guy who's on the podcast is also, he does like acting and like theatre work, and he's also a massive Arsenal fan, and he just goes off on this monologue about Chris Sutton. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. It's so funny.
Oh dear.
Gabby Agbonglahor is levels below Robbie Savage.
Yeah, no, that's valid. That's very valid. I mean, Jermaine Genius was definitely the worst, and thankfully we've seen the back of him. Like,
yeah, here you go.
If any other footballers want to have some scandals, especially when they can't commentate for the life of them, that would be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I met Cooney. Chris said I met Howard Webb when he was still officiating at an FA dinner event. Man knows what goes on tour stays on tour. Oh dear.
I think the favourite footballer I've met is Joe Cole.
Joe Cole.
Joe Cole, what a guy. He just loves football, honestly. And you knew that when he was a player as well, because obviously he left Chelsea, he went to, well, he went everywhere really, just to carry on playing football for substantially lower fees.
Yep.
But no, I remember I ran into him at a bar pre-match Chelsea, and that's literally all he was talking about was a game. Like he just
Good
loved
for
it.
him.
Just
Good
a
for
good
him.
lad. I know he's a
just
bit
good.
stumbly with his words sometimes, but
But,
he
like,
clearly
you-
just enjoys the sport. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. I think there are a lot of pundits that just enjoy the sport, but like, there's this inherent push from all the media companies to be like, you need to create some narrative. You need to say something edgy so that we can turn it into a TikTok and post it and get more impressions. Genuinely, that's what I feel like.
YouTube in short form has without a doubt poisoned their coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that you can now watch the Premier League highlights on YouTube before you can watch them on Match of the Day tells you all you need to know, really.
Yeah.
What? Sean Goater, goat in his name. Sean Goater might be Manchester City's greatest ever player after the end of this season when everyone realises they've cheated their way to the Championship 17 times. Do it for Sean Goater.
Just trying to have a pint with Sean Dyche, you know what I mean?
Utter woke nonsense.
Utter woke nonsense.
See, there's a few people in the chat that are like, well, so he can't say what he wants to say. He can say whatever he likes, but he's a
Just not on
referee.
camera.
He's a referee. He can't.
It brings the game into disrepute. Like,
Yeah. If it wasn't a competitive thing, if he was like refereeing like as a joke or something, you know, like he was just doing charity work or whatever, he could say whatever he likes and do whatever he likes because it doesn't matter. There's no professional outcome. You have to think these football clubs they're up for hundreds of millions in profit or revenue every year. If you've got referees with biases that are then going out of their way to basically say, I'm going to stop them from winning, that's robbing them. That's robbing them of cash. And you've got to think, like, if Manchester City win the Premier League, you know they get bonuses from their sponsors. You know it. And, like, so if Liverpool also have those bonuses written into their contracts and then they don't win because of dubious refereeing decisions, those clubs could basically turn around and start suing and be like, well, you've now admitted a bias against our club and we lost all the games that you refereed. So...
Yeah, they definitely will do that. Like, football clubs would sue if it came down to it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the question is, and this is the million-dollar question, will City wake up this year and carry on with their usual cyborg winning the league, or will they crumble?
Well, I think De Bruyne is on the way down. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah,
I feel like
agree.
I think De Bruyne he's past his prime. I still think he's got it in him to have a couple more good seasons, but I genuinely think he'll be off to Saudi at the end of this year. I think he will. Either Saudi or MLS, and he'll do a Messi, you know?
Well, the other thing as well is just like, you know, for me, they've become too dependent on Rodri.
Yes, way too dependent.
Way too dependent. Like, way too dependent on what he does. Like,
yeah.
like, you know, don't get me wrong. Oh, I've just killed a teammate for absolutely no reason there. Granted, like, you know, most teams do have some heavy midfield dependency, but just to the point where they lose so heavily is mad.
Just got killed by Bundesniffer.
Nice.
But yeah.
Bunda Sniffer. What
But
a
not
guy.
only that, with Haaland, mate, they sold Alvarez and didn't replace him. So, you know.
I mean, the thing is like, it's a tricky one kind of everywhere because, like,
Enemy CUAV inbound.
I don't see Liverpool winning it because they don't have the depth.
Identified.
Yeah.
Liverpool will pick up a couple of injuries and their season will probably fall apart. That tends to be how it goes for them.
Yeah. I'm not sure
Arsenal-
I don't think Arsenal are going to do it. I genuinely don't know if they'll do it.
It feels like a battle of the shitters kind of series. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think we could be looking at a Premier League 1 in the late 70s this season. Like, late 70 points. I think there's that many teams that can take points off each other. I mean, like, let's face it, if Arsenal...
Forest, Villa, Brighton, like...
If Arsenal had played Chelsea first game of the season, I think we would have won comfortably. But you guys have already improved so much in 10 games, it's unreal. Then you've got teams like Forest, Fulham, Villa, who are doing really well.
I was gutted that our first game was against City, because now that they've lost Rodri, it's like a whole different kettle of fish. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, that's the thing.
You could see us taking points off them.
Yeah, I mean, you could now beat them. I think you could go to the Etihad, and if you get the first goal, it puts them under pressure. Pressure? What pressure? Pressures for 150 charges. Pressures for tyres. Wow, I got 3 kills in a row, Lackey. I'm an absolute hogging great champion. I'm a pogging great champion.
Come on, you're losing this.
Anyone has a chance this season. Well, when I say anyone, we exclude Spurs from that conversation. Jesus Christ, Spurs are bad.
Oh, they're terrible. They always are, though. Like, I don't know how...
Bottlers
like, I don't know
FC.
how- just never talk. Like, if you're a Spurs fan, just don't talk to me. We're not in the same conversation.
No.
Like, we're living in different worlds.
I feel like...
You
and
guys' aura is like West Ham. Like, you're just vaguely
But no,
there.
we can put it down lower than that. West Ham have won a European Cup.
Okay, yeah.
Captured the hard point.
What I'll say is that, like, Spurs, I feel, are a club that exist to make a profit, but not actually win anything.
No, well, Spurs are a Southampton in disguise. They are a selling club. That's what they are. They are a selling club that cobbles together half-decent teams, and the second somebody gets really good, they go to La Liga.
Yeah.
That's how they operate.
Point locked down.
Well, did you see that?
They're not
Did you see that story about Hugo Lloris where he was telling about the Champions League? What's it? Where they gave them a watch that was inscribed with Champions League finalist written on the back of it. Not leave
winner.
the watch until we win and then get Champions League winners or runners up or something. Champions League finalists.
yeah.
What is that, man?
And, like, you know, they've got a manager who, like, in my opinion, isn't that great. Like, I mean, when we faced them and they went 10 men down and you're still playing high press against the fastest, youngest front line in the Premier League, like, what are you thinking?
Yeah. Ange popped his clogs. Looks like he could pop his clogs, to be honest.
Honestly, I think my favourite part of the season is just seeing so many teams who are actually good fun to watch, like Forest, Villa, Brighton, like...
Oh, Brighton are great.
Palace have had their ups and downs, like, but they're, you know...
Oh, do you
I think they'll get there again.
best stat here about Spurs, right? Two teams this season hadn't won a game.
Hard point attack.
Palace and Ipswich got their first wins against Spurs.
Against Spurs, yeah. Sounds about right.
It made me laugh so much when I saw that.
I always feel that way about Chelsea sometimes. They'll be like, right. I mean, actually, no, I'm entirely correct. Like, right, this player hasn't scored a goal in 75 and he's played Chelsea.
Hostile counter UAV established
Like,
above.
Martinelli, right?
Yeah.
This player's done absolutely nothing for, like, nearly the best part of, like, 8 months now. And he scored against Chelsea.
And he scored.
Like, it's a curse that we uniquely have.
Yeah. Like I say, though, I don't think that game was a particularly brilliant game of football.
No.
I don't understand why we've got
average.
Declan Rice, one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, and we're playing him at left 8 to accommodate Thomas Partey, who can't run. Like, why are we doing that? Like,
I mean, if you saw that headline
Yeah,
today,
that-
Westie, you might not be accommodating him much longer.
and that's the thing, like, but my point being is, like, why have we even persisted? Like, Declan Rice was brought in to replace him, and now we have Mikel Merino, who plays left 8. That is his entire position. Like, let him play there, let him feed Martinelli, let Declan Rice sweep up at the 6. That's the whole point.
You know my feelings about Declan Rice.
Hard point is secure.
What?
I just don't think he was worth the price you paid for him.
Well, it's
Like,
because he's English. It's the same reason I don't think
Yeah.
Caicedo was ever worth 115 million. Both players, I reckon, are at like 60 million range. Maybe Caicedo slightly
Well,
less
yeah.
because he hadn't proved it at a bigger club. But then Brighton have improved so much the last couple of seasons. Maybe you can
could
say.
argue they are a bigger club at
Yeah,
this
they are.
point.
They are a bigger club. So
I mean,
yeah, I don't
the
think.
season he's having right now is phenomenal. Like we've got the player we bought. You know what I mean?
But he's now
like
got the
he's-
manager that he needed,
Knows
right?
how to use him, right? Like actually puts him where he needs to be.
Yeah.
Like he's looking phenomenal.
Hard point located.
Like he's like he looks like you need a player who could just control the midfield. And what's crazy is he has a final third pass in him as well.
Yeah.
Like he has a good final third pass in him, which is like. I mean, I miss that stuff about like David Luiz, right? Like he's a bloody centre back, but he could absolutely just whip it to a number 9 if he needed it to.
Yeah, yeah.
I always thought David Luiz should have switched to CDM. I would have thought he would have been a better player there.
I think about that with Zinchenko. I don't understand why we keep persisting with him at left back. Just put him in put him at left 8.
See, I think that's the biggest issue with Arsenal, and why I don't think they'll win the Premier League. It's just they've got too many bums in too many places.
Well, the thing is we bought players, and there is something to be said that I think Arsenal made a jump up quicker than they expected. Like, when we finished that season in 2nd, I don't think we expected to finish there. And so we bought Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus, both of whom are good players, but clearly are not quite at the level now that we need them to be. And
But that's what bothers me with that sale. Like, you know, like they've both come from City, and if they're not good enough for a team that won the league, they're not going to be good enough for a team trying to win the league.
yeah,
Do you
there
know
is
what I
that.
mean?
There is that.
Like,
But the thing is I look at it now. I think Arsenal need to get rid of Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko. Who else was it? We need to get rid of them. I think Thomas Partey's got to go. I think at the end of the season, I think he just needs to go for various reasons. I genuinely think we let Xhaka go a season too early. Because if we'd have kept Xhaka, look at the season he had at Leverkusen, man. It was absolutely crazy.
Listen, let me tell you something, right? Whichever Premier League club, because Brighton bowled it, whichever Premier League club goes out there and tells right Napoli, give us back Billy Gilmore, generational.
Yeah. Well,
generational in progress.
Billy Gilmore, mate.
Hard point located.
It's hilarious as well. Scott McTominay goes over there, and now he's like... I mean, I always thought Scott McTominay was good. Even when he was at United, I just thought they misplayed him.
Yeah.
And now he's like multiple man of the matches for them and scored multiple goals. Like,
Hard point.
That's the one. So get rid of Zinchenko, get rid of Jesus, get rid of Trossard, and send Sterling back so that he can go and play in the Italian league.
oh yeah, Sterling's gone for us.
Is it?
The funny thing we've got is we have our back four now for the most part. Like, you know, it's pretty preset. It's Fofana. It's going to be Colwill, Fofana, James, and Gusto. Probably with Cucurella rotating in between the two.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so that's good, and they're finally getting comfortable. But all the other guys, none of them are better than Trevor Chalobah, and he's on loan at Palace.
Well, I think we can comfortably say that Liverpool are now expected to win the league, but I don't know. I don't think they will.
We won't do it.
I don't think they'll do it.
They will. The second one of their key players picks up an injury, their season's over, because that's just how Liverpool is. The second they lose Salah or they lose, you know, someone up front, or honestly, if they lost somebody like Gravenberch this season, their season will be over.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, the sheer, like, I mean, I will say credit to them. Like, their midfield this year is outrageous.
Yeah, they've got some good talent in there.
They're just pure workhorses. They don't stop.
No.
Like, they remind me of Gravenberch. I know this is obviously a weird comparison, but Gravenberch reminds me of Ramirez at Chelsea. Like,
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Just a constant engine that just never slows down.
Yeah.
But the second they pick up an injury like that, they're just not replaced.
No.
As simple as, like, there's a game for them. I
Okay.
mean, you could say that about most clubs, but Liverpool in particular just don't have depth in anywhere.
So basically, when they come back from the international break, Arsenal now need to win every single game for the rest of the season to stand a chance. I don't think Man City are gonna challenge. I don't actually think they've got the squad depth, which is incredible to say. Because I actually think Doku's a bit of a fraud, if I'm honest. I think 60 million for Doku might have been one of the worst signings ever.
Especially when you gave us Cole Palmer for like 50 or whatever it was.
I think it was 39 you got Cole Palmer for. Yeah, I think Chelsea and Villa will scrap it out for 4th place. And I think you have the leg up because Villa are playing in the Champions League and you're playing in the Europa Farmers League. So yeah, I think
with a B team.
Yeah, like, exactly. I saw you play against Noah's Ark the other night. Bloody hell. The goals went in 2-2. Hurrah!
I don't even think we had a single starter on the field for that.
No, I don't think you did. So yeah, there's that. I think Liverpool will drop off. Although looking at it, it's hard to see. It's hard, based on their performances, it's hard to see that they will drop off. But when you look at who they've played, then I think, yeah.
I think Liverpool are a lot like City in the sense that, like, their entire season, I feel, is pegged on 1 or 2 players.
Yeah.
Like, you know, without Salah, well, they're just not there. You know, without Gravenberch, I think they struggle. Like, they don't have a proper number 6.
No.
Gravenberch has kind of like done the job of both because he is genuinely that talented. And then it's like the second they get, like, you know, it's just yeah, well, I just don't see it.
Well, who have Arsenal got next? We've got Forest next, which actually would be a great one to have because if we win and go up to 22 points, puts us 1 below City. But then it keeps Forest where they are. Because I think Forest are on for a good season. I reckon Forest could definitely finish 6th, 7th, or 8th this season. I think they could be in for a shout for a European place. Although,
see, See, someone in my chat said that actually Liverpool does have depth, and the problem is that Liverpool fans are inherently biased and don't realize that their depth to everybody else in the league sounds absolutely horrific. Like, if you said to me that my depth was Jones, Gakpo, Keller, and Gomez, I would probably tell you that I'm not going to win any silverware this year. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Darwin Mayonnaise is not even in the conversation.
Darwin Mayonnaise.
Chiesa, fairly decent. You know, I'll take that. But
Chiesa hasn't even played, has he?
Yeah, I know. He hasn't really played. Like Liverpool think they have more depth than they have. Like the step down from someone like Gravenberch to someone like, I don't know, a midfield, any other midfielder that Liverpool have is pretty horrific.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I don't really think any team is in a fantastic position.
No.
That's what I mean by it.
And that's what the league needs to adjust for. Like, people need to realize, like, you know, you need as enough depth to play in all these competitions, because one injury and it's huge.
I've just been told by Jack in the chat that Chris Wood is going to rip Arsenal a new one. Let me introduce to you Saliba and Gabriel. Oh, and by the way, Calafiori will be back in a week. Let's see what happens then. Chris Wood, the second coming of Christ.
He is surprisingly painful, Chris
Well,
Wood.
well, it's because he's now got a manager with Nuno that I think he can work with, because they're going to play to his strengths. I think last couple of seasons, I don't think their manager was like, we've got a massively tall number 9. Maybe we should play to his strengths. And they didn't.
Oh, mate, honestly, if I could change one player today, it would be Robert Sanchez. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. I feel like he's a big liability for you guys.
Do you know what? Jaff's comparison was perfect. He is Mignolet. Like...
yeah, that's not far off, to be fair.
Like, Liverpool's Mignolet and Sanchez occasionally, out of nowhere, will pull off the most world-class save you'll ever see in your life. And Sanchez has done that for us this season.
Yep.
Right? Like,
but does it have
off some absolutely outrageous saves, but he cannot pass a ball to save the life of him.
Hardpoint located.
And yeah,
like,
but that's my point. Like, can he do it on the regular? No.
Well, honestly, I don't mind his shot stopping. It's just that he has no feet. Like, he has none.
He simply has stumps.
Well, when we let Petrovic go on loan, and I thought Petrovic didn't really step a foot wrong for us when he played for us for pretty much the end of the season.
Yeah.
So it's just like, why did we do that?
I will say, when you guys played Noah's Ark in midweek, there were quite a few players in that team. I was like, I have no idea who you are. I have no idea who you are, what you're doing. But that said, I think it's incredible that João Felix is not part of your first 11. Like, the fact that you think of his name and then you realise he's not part of your first 11, that's quite staggering, really, just thinking about that.
Well, I mean, it's also amazing that, like, we'll be 60 minutes into a game and go, right, tell you what, Madueke, like, you know,
off you
haven't had the best of starts, like, we'll throw João Felix in and then he goes and bangs in a goal. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Or like, oh, hey, Jackson, you know, today's been a bit slow for you. Christopher and Cuckoo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can just pop someone else into the position.
And that's, I think, the system most clubs should be trying to build. Like, because it's going to get to the point where they're going to struggle across all of these competitions.
Oh, yeah, they need it. I mean, you could argue Arsenal and City are already struggling in that regard. And I think the same can be said for Liverpool. I think Liverpool will start struggling at some point.
I think it's a managerial mistake, and this is just me, where, like, your entire system can only be played by certain players. That's how I view City's situation with Rodri.
Yeah, you need some adaptability.
If you set up in such a way that your system isn't interchangeable with other players, then I think you kind of set yourself up for failure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where I look at Arsenal, and as much as I just sat there and complained about Thomas Partey playing in the 6 when Declan Rice is there, we've got Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Jorginho, all who can play that position. And I think that's really important. Where Arsenal are struggling is we don't have the wide attacking players. The whole Sterling thing, I kind of get it on paper, but like, it was a risk because we couldn't get the player that we wanted. I think Arsenal in the summer, they have to go big for a big wide player because we need one. We've got Saka, but he can't carry the team forever. Like, he can't just keep scoring all these goals and making all these assists. It's not going to work.
Plus, teams absolutely aim to crunch him, and they will continue to do so.
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime Saka gets the ball, it's 2 or 3v1 every single time. And he's still good enough to score goals and still good enough to take players on. But, you know...
the difficulty Cole Palmer will have this year is, like, people actually recognise him as a substantial threat now, and they will just throw 4 players at him.
And that's where I look at the game at the weekend, and Cole Palmer largely, apart from that shot he had in the first half, was largely ineffective because Arsenal knew how to neutralise him. And that's
throw 3 or 4 players at
yeah,
him.
and that's exactly what you guys did to Saka. Saka wasn't the most effective in that game. He had a couple of chances, but realistically, when you think about it, he didn't really do that much, and that's because you guys knew exactly what to do to stop him. We need somebody who else... And Martinelli used to be that guy for us. He used to be our, chaos agent. He'd come in and just do things. But we just don't have that anymore. Martinelli's not that same player at the moment.
No, which is weird because, like, why? Do you know what I mean? Like,
he got injured against Sheffield United last season, and
Right.
ever since then, he's not been the same player. He's not been the same. That's what I put it down to. He had one of those horrible drag the studs down the back of the ankle injuries, and he just hasn't quite been the same. And I guess it's one of those things where most attacking players, their form is based on, how productive and prolific they are. When you're not prolific and you're not productive, suddenly your head starts dropping, and then you're just not the same player. So.
I mean, I'm getting the headshots I need, but let me tell you something, Westie.
You're being
This is
outplayed, Crimson One.
painful
Step it up.
experience.
Well, let me tell you, Lucky. I've gained 1.5 levels since I started streaming, and that was 50 minutes ago.
Nice. It's almost like the XP gain in this is really, really slow and needs to be changed.
It's almost as if they've done it on purpose because they knew the game didn't have that much content, despite the fact it had been in development for 4 years. They were like, crap. What Arsenal need is a striker. Agreed. Gyökeres.
I'd go for Isak if I were you.
I don't know, man.
I think he fits your profile so well as a player.
There's a rumour that Arsenal want Isak and Newcastle are willing to take Jesus. So I think if Arsenal could get Isak for 35 plus Jesus, deal. Job done. Take it. Go.
As a Chelsea fan of numerous magnitudes, I would gladly pay probably up to 85 million for him.
For Isak, yeah. Yeah, but that's my point. Like, if you take Jesus, 35 mil, come on. Jesus is a fantastic player who's always on form. Never.
I don't think Gyökeres does what he does in the Portuguese league in the Prem.
No.
Being said, I will say the Portuguese league is faster than the Premier League in terms of general defensive pacing. Like, there's no such thing as a slow centre back in the Premier League.
No. I mean, look.
Look at Pepe at Porto. He was like 40 and he was out burnering people at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, how outrageous that is. My cat's about to walk clean across my green screen. Cheers, pal.
Meow.
No thoughts and feelings about
Net call. Enemy
leaving the death space.
I think Gyökeres is fantastic, but I think it would be great if he came to Arsenal because, of course, he's a fantastic player. But I do have this feeling Arsenal don't play the football that he excels with. Arsenal don't go, yeah, on the break, run, go. We don't do that.
They'll rinse him too. Like, Sporting will accept no less than like 100 mil for him.
Yeah.
Like, easily. Like, they just won't let him go for less than 100 million. There's no way.
Agreed.
Hardpoint is secure.
Oh my god.
And they know they can do that too because of his record. I mean, and granted, you know what? Like, maybe I'm waffling a little bit because look what he did against City. I know it's counter-attacking football, but he clearly has it in his locker to be performant against top Premier League teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal without Odegaard has been a different team to watch.
Well, look, I mean, the goal we scored against you guys, it was all him. He just gets that one pass out of nowhere, and he was controlling the middle of the pitch like nobody else can. But then that comes back to your point, which is when teams don't have players who can replace that person, suddenly you realise how easy they are to play against, and that's clearly Odegaard.
If you're too reliant on a player instead of a system, then it's huge.
And this is the thing, we kept trying to play Trossard, and I was like, oh, it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work.
Brighton do a really good job of that. They just play their system regardless of who's in.
Yes, they do. And then they know sometimes that they will lose games because their system, isn't designed to beat certain teams, but they're going to win more games than they lose because they know it's better.
Right, I've gone absolutely horrifically low on KD there, COD. Can I have a bot lobby now? Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh. One thing I will say, Lackey, and I'm sure you'll agree with me here, is that at least the guns in this Black Ops game in Warzone are going to look a little bit different. It's not going to be like we're playing the same version over and over and over again. We actually look like we've got some different guns this year. It's gonna be nice for that.
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to Thursday. I mean, I know Area 99 is like, Resurgence isn't my cup of tea, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I mean, it's as much as, yeah, Resurgence is not our thing, I have missed playing that Battle Royale style game for a fair while now, so, you know.
Oh, gotcha. Said it before and I'll say it again. My brain chemistry
Yeah.
is tied to Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work the same anymore, you know?
No, I agree with you.
The sweet serotonin releases I seek only come from Battle Royale.
It's all about that win, brother. It's all about that win. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I feel sorry for, like, the only thing I will say is this year, like, I do wonder, they've obviously done this whole, like, system of leveling this year.
Yeah.
And, like, if you see how slow it is, if you're just a free-to-play player on Warzone, it's going to take you, like, 5 years to get a single Black Ops 6 weapon to a high level.
Well, the thing is not only that, they've massively gatekeeped 2 XP tokens until... And I reckon once we get into Season 1, I reckon it's going to start rolling out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, it will, because basically, the reason they've made the XP gains so ridiculous is because there's not enough content to keep people tied over, and everyone has this, like, oh, I need new content. So if they make the grind harder, it takes you longer to go through that content. And then, once they get to Season 1, when they dump a load more content on you, you might then start panicking and be like, there's too much content, I don't know what to do, this, that, and the other. Oh, don't worry, here's double XP, you rank up everything faster. That's exactly how they do it.
Fun fact, by the way, if you tell Activision support that you redeemed double XP codes and it didn't work, they will just give you some.
No way.
Which I think is hilarious.
That is hilarious. That is absolutely ridiculous.
All targets
I don't mind Hardpoint, by the way. Hardpoint's alright.
Hardpoint's fine, yeah. I mean, the bonus of Hardpoint is that it flips the spawns if things get too, like, weird. Which is the only reason I kind of like Hardpoint.
Ow. I'm dead.
There we go. Early headshot. Cheers.
I've got like 20 or so far with the sniper, so, you know, I'm getting through that first set of camos for multiplayer. Not that I really care about them, because I think the gold camos in Zombies, by the way, are way better than the gold camo in...
Mystic Gold.
Yeah, the Mystic Gold is... It looks like the gold from MW19, gotta be honest.
The problem with Zombies I have is just it's so many zombies to get all of that unlocked.
Well, I mean, I did it yesterday. I managed to get gold on a couple of guns yesterday, but you are right. You do have to sit in matches until round 30 and really start farming those higher levels in order to get those points. It's kind of how it works.
You're falling behind, Crimson. Hardpoint located.
Hardpoint located. My hard is located.
Hardpoint active.
God, it's so generally frustrating trying, like, because I'm aiming at opponents and I'm like, okay, well, I need a headshot. There's no point shooting him in the chest, so I have to, like,
wait.
Adjust for it. Yeah, and obviously it's hardcore, so by the time I've waited, normally they put 5 bullets in me.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Here we go.
Where in the bloody hell are you people spawning?
Hardpoint locked down.
Oh my goodness me. And this is the thing. Hardcore is just a head peak. What's it? Head glitch city. Yep. There we go. Here's again.
Hardpoint is active.
There's an easy spawn manipulation on Terminus for easy headshots. Well, the thing is getting critical kills in zombies is not the issue. It's just the amount that you simply have to get. It's 2,000. It's 2,000 critical kills per weapon in order to get through the normal camos. Then you have to do 2 unique camo unlocks per gun, which usually is something to do with like ammo type or a certain type of zombie kills, which actually I find really annoying because some of those zombie kills are specific to Terminus or Liberty Falls. So like the Parasite kills, you have to get 30 Parasite kills, and it's like, I don't want to play Terminus, I want to play Liberty Falls because it's quicker to rank up. So it's difficult.
I can't, yeah, I don't know, like, I don't know. I've never really been a big camo grinder generally, I guess, so maybe it's...
Yeah, and it's 990 Mangler kills to get special camos. I mean, it's kind of insane, like how much you have to do.
That's insane.
That's where you just use, like, you just permanently have gobble gums and stuff and just get all the headshot gobble gum, or the, what's it called? Insta-kill gobble gum.
I said it before and I'll say it again, Westie. If I gave myself, how do you say, the sourceful lobbies, I would have had Dark Matter 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Hostile counter UAV
It's genuinely that
established
easy.
Well, this is the
Enemy
problem.
UAV
I'm kind of at that point. Lackey, let me do it illegally.
Illegally?
Illegally. Nah, the thing is, for me, I think naturally, we've also got all the Warzone camos, dude. There's a whole Warzone camo section as well.
Yeah, at least those we can get passively, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, we won't really have to think about them.
And that's really good, right? Because then it shows, like, the guns that you actually care about. That's why I like that system that they've decided they're going to make.
I don't even know where you got a shot from there.
It down low to the left side.
Oh, sorry, I've just been hit by a rocket launcher, Jeech.
Hardpoint identified.
Are people guess shooting and then hoping there is someone to be hit? Welcome to hardcore.
Pretty much, yeah.
Welcome to hardcore.
People actually play this, by the way. Like, legitimately play hardcore. Like, for fun.
I'm surprised.
And I don't know how you people do it. Like, there's got to be something wrong with it.
Yeah, I think so too. I keep getting spawned on this side.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Oh, for
Archangel, going in. Hostile UAV established overhead.
They're in this chopper, by the way.
Save that just for you.
Enemy CUAV inbound.
I think people are literally just going for...
3 or 4x, that'd be great.
Yeah. I think people are genuinely just going for headshots on this as well.
Oh, yeah. Big time, yeah.
Like that. Big boom.
Like, the TTK in core is already, like, the speed of light. Like...
Yeah, it's insane. This is where I feel like MW19, as much as people are like, oh, the gameplay was slow. And MW19 it wasn't. MW2 it was. I actually feel like that was kind of a bit better for us after a while. Like, I think the slowing down of the gameplay just a touch is what COD needed. Because, like, let's be honest. These tiny, tiny maps, 6v6, it's not really COD anymore. I thought we moved on from that a little, you know?
Sorry, I'm having a team kill off with a teammate.
I see that.
Just got to discipline him sometimes, you know?
Gotta let him know who's boss.
Enemy UAV inbound.
Oh my... There's a guy below you.
UAV established above.
Of course there is.
Oh my god, I cannot hit a single shot.
Will people still play this game after Thursday? Absolutely not. I will occasionally come back for zombies, and that's it.
Yeah, I think
Goodbye.
zombie stuff we will. 100%.
Yeah, zombie stuff definitely, yeah.
We're definitely back for zomboids.
Anything else? Absolutely not. Goodbye, adios, see you later, never touching you again.
Goodbye.
It was fun knowing you.
How is this guy Raph getting every single kill? Honestly, every time he shoots, he's landing a headshot on me. Like, every single time. From angles that I'm not sure even exist.
I just spawned into a teammate firing a grenade launcher inside a building.
And he's killed me again.
Do you know how insane that is? Westie, I spawned in and he shot a grenade launcher into himself.
For God's sake, man. There you go. I got him this time. I'm dead.
Enemy RCXD detected.
Yeah.
People who play this with like actual intentions of killing people is criminal. It's up there with people who like play shipment for fun.
Shipment for fun.
Enemy CUAV inbound.
Genuinely.
Hostile UAV established overhead. Hardpoint active. Hostiles captured the hardpoint.
Did you see that clip a couple of weeks ago on Twitter where somebody was playing Havana from Black Ops 1 and how different it looked? Like, the shooting mechanics were like, oh yeah, okay, so it's fast TTK, but the movement wasn't insane. And everyone's like, COD movement's always been like that. I'm like, no, it hasn't. Like, it genuinely has been added into the game because there's been no additional evolution of the COD system. That's why they added movement. It's just a crutch. It's just to say, oh, look, we're evolving. It's like, no, you're just making one part of the game ridiculously overpowered. If you don't use it, you're an idiot, basically.
Well, I was saying to chat the other day, that's kind of where Battlefield's potential strength with their newbie arc could lie, because like people could genuinely want something more grounded because that's what they prefer now.
Yes.
Because COD has ultimately drifted to like one end of that spectrum.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Omni movement and I'm a fan of it, but for some people it won't be their cup of tea.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been playing zombies, so I think it's less helpful there. But even in multiplayer, I don't see these maps being really great for Omni movement. I'm like,
yeah.
Where in this map does it actually look like I could use Omni movement in an effective way? Like,
I mean, it's going to go absolutely crazy in Warzone. It's going to be so good.
it could be in Warzone. It could be fantastic. The only thing I will say is that Urzikstan being reverted back down to the original version of
Which tells us why
itself.
they never bothered to do anything with it.
Yeah, because they knew that was going to be the
They knew
case.
that was going to happen. But that also begs the question, why not just give us Avalon?
Yeah.
Hardpoint
We
is
got a
secure.
sniper.
Like, if it's required this much of a general shaggery,
No. This wasn't supposed to
Hardpoint
happen.
located.
Yeah. Exactly. Why bother?
why not just give us the new one that we know exists?
Yeah.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles have
That guy
captured
just
the
got folded
hardpoint.
like a deck chair. That's hilarious.
Get a UAV on grid.
I am getting some headies now. I'm not getting much, what's it called? Not getting much objective score, but the headies are coming through.
Oops. Bro got the baseball bat.
I slapped him about.
Yeah, we're playing hardcore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It's purely for headshots. We're not-
Disgusting. You're just a filthy pervert if you play hardcore. There's no way around it.
You filthy pervert.
You filthy pervert.
Hardpoint identified.
And today we will be the filthy perverts. In game.
Archangel, 12.
So Heady, thank you very much.
Hardpoint is active.
I'll do.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
I'll take 2 more kills there. Thank you very much.
Hardpoint locked
Any
down.
kills are kill.
Oops, just killed a friendly. Oops.
Did you get headshot kills?
Do you know what? If it counted on friendlies, I'd be a much richer man at this point.
Your stocks would be high, is that what you're saying?
100%.
No, they took out my trophy system.
Well, because
Ridiculous.
like the thing is, right? Like because of the way they've changed damage models, headshots are useless anyway.
Yeah.
So I've naturally gotten used to in Black Ops 6 just not really aiming for them.
But they tried this in MW3 to like branch out the TTK, do you remember? To flatten out the TT.
Not work nearly as well as I think they think it is.
No.
Because now people just don't understand why the guns aren't doing
UAV
damage.
inbound. Hardpoint located.
Like I did the video yesterday about skill-based damage, and people were like, "Well, yeah, but why does it do this, this, and this?" And I'm like, "Bro, that's just how it is now.
Yep.
Like if you shoot somebody in the feet,
It doesn't matter.
that's the job."
And arguably, you could say that that then offsets the massive reduction in aim assist because you can just do the same damage by shooting in the feet, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, 100%.
But that bothers me as a keyboard and mouse player.
Well, yeah, I'm worried about it for Warzone because it just means that people are going to be rewarded for poor accuracy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, when you've added a huge skill gap in movement, that's the last thing you want.
UAV above.
Correct.
Back on, I need eyes overhead.
Hostile mine deleted.
It's fine.
You got him.
It's fine. I'm just going to 2-box Slayer. I'll be okay.
I'll join you.
I'm not really.
You don't think I will?
Hardpoint identified. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Of course, it's the
Hostile
RPG.
UAV established overhead.
Ah, perfectly balanced. 28 kills to 26 deaths.
25
Just what
kills,
Call of
39.
Duty wanted.
Stop the bleeding.
Just-
RTB, we're done.
25 to 39 for me.
Oh!
And Tactical Brit is saltier than a pack of port scratchings right now.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It is what it is.
But that's just because I'm playing multiplayer. I'll be a happy man again once I'm playing Warzone.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so who's your pick for Match of the Day presenter, Lucky? If it's not Gary Lineker, who's it going to be? I mean,
It's not Gary Lineker.
it's got to be Mark Chapman, the guy who does MOTDT. He's great anyway.
Well, I suppose, yeah, it's got to come under a BBC umbrella, and most of them are either like, you know.
I've been accused recently of being naughty boys.
Well, let me just say, if you go to the BBC, it's like flipping a coin as to whether or not you're going to be a predator of some kind.
Oh, God.
Dear. Well, that's that BBC interview out the window.
Oh, no!
No! just had somebody with the username Adam Johnson join my bloody chat, which is... Jesus Christ.
It's time to leave. Everyone...
It's time to go!
Can we get Goldbridge as the... get Goldbridge as match of the day presenter?
In, yeah.
God,
Get
God.
well in, son.
Bloody hell.
Give me a skyline.
Ah, dear. Goldbridge for MOTD. Chappers or a wild card, Gunter Steiner. Yeah, get him in. Get him in.
Yeah, I think we should follow the trend and go German.
Yeah, get Jurgen Klopp in there. David Coote as, as pundit. Dear. Why am I not prestiging? Because I haven't even ranked up all the guns yet.
What's the point? Like,
I don't care. I'll start prestiging once I've got into Warzone, because I'll have ranked up all the guns passively. I'll have all the attachments. So then it doesn't matter that when I unlock the next gun, I'll have all the attachments back again. But at the moment, I still haven't even done that. So I need to make sure I actually get all the guns at least ranked to a point that I'm comfortable with. This MP or MW3, what do we think?
this.
Yeah, I guess.
I can't play COD without Omni Movement. Genuinely. Like, I think COD without Omni Movement, just in terms of smoothness of gameplay, is two different worlds. Like, the fact that I could slide sideways and slide backwards without having to turn my entire camera screen full 360 and look like I'm having some sort of ADHD simulation, phenomenal.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Target down.
Oh!
Get him, Westie. Not that kind of Westie.
Oh!
Another headshot, lovely.
Been killed by Swilly.
Another headshot, lovely. Right in my basket, son. Another headshot, lovely. Get well in.
Hostile scout pulse in your AO.
There's two of them just laying prone in there, by the way.
Good.
TACOM, I need
Things
eyes
I've
overhead.
shoved up my teammates.
Face.
Hardpoint located.
M10 SAS rounds.
Boom, boom, boom.
Lockdown.
Come on, through the window, you bastard. In you come,
Hostiles have the hard
Saladin of Asti.
you
Hardpoint
filthy
is
putt.
active.
Stop trying to pre-fire me, you scum. You ain't got it in your locker.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
My God. Mein Gott.
Enemy maneuvering.
Mein Gott. Das ist gut. Mein Fräulein, or whatever that means. I think that means
ist
good
nicht
woman.
Guten.
Doesn't everything end in burger in German?
Das ist nichts Gutenberger.
I'll never forget being offered Ket in German. That was an experience.
Ket.
Ketburger.
Ketzburger.
Because obviously, look, you know, I'm 6'3", blonde and blue-eyed. The geezer just,
He assumed you were Aryan.
naturally that I simply would be one of them. It was like, there's no need. It's the same with the Swedish. Whenever I go to Sweden, they just speak to me in Swedish. They don't even bother with the English.
Jargon, jargon, jargon.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
I remember him like doing his whole spiel. It was clearly a very good sales pitch in German, and we just sort of sat there like, right, lad, can you do that again, but in Brexit?
In Brexit. I am a true Brexit geezer.
The day in the life of a true Brexit geezer.
Requesting recon above.
Enemy marksman eliminated.
Deploying sensor.
Hard point is secure.
Friendly and enemy trophy system in here. There was a fair amount of men running up that staircase there.
Hard point located.
Bloody hell, Harry.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
The hard point has been captured. I'm hard for your point.
I'm so sorry, Westie.
It's okay, don't worry. Alright, I think I just stepped in front of your small bullet.
I know, the worst part is I saw your name just as I pulled the trigger. I was like, oh, that's my teammate.
Oh no! Oh no! Smash.
I literally just went, yeah, that's all right. He'll die for the cause.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a guy on the enemy team called Swilzy, and I think it's a horrific name. Hi, my name is Swilzy.
Come on, peek that exact window again, you devious bastard.
Back up. Authorize LBB airstrike.
You really are.
The most devious bastard. One thing we also have to consider, lucky, is Delta Force is coming out in a few
God,
weeks.
yeah.
Have
And
that.
Stalker 2 for me. I mean, I'm definitely covering that.
Point.
Sure.
I really hope Stalker 2 releases without bugs and crashes. I will be over the moon.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice if the game worked?
I mean, it's been in
straight up?
development for 7 years now.
I mean, that's big.
You're supposed
Because
to
it got
be
pushed
CIA's
back
best.
from
Act like
the global
it.
panoramic, and then it got pushed back from the, should we say, Eastern intervention.
Yeah,
Hardpoint
the Eastern intervention. I like
That's
that.
probably the only way I can say it without YouTube panicking.
Now I'm
So, like,
panicking.
you know, I mean, fair play to them. They're putting a hard graft for it. I hope it does well. I mean, it's gone gold before it even releases, which is a good sign.
Yep. The fact that
That many
games go
people-
gold before launch these days. Bloody hell.
Yeah, that many people. I mean, Stalker's a cold game, man. I can't wait for it.
Hardpoint is secure.
Target eliminado.
Hardpoint is active.
Come on, peek that window again, you creatures of habit.
You scum.
Yeah, the global panorama.
Look at the global panorama. If you're feeling hungry, the global panini.
Global panini, yeah.
Hardpoint locked down.
Will be neutralized.
Outpost available.
And I'm dead. I did get in the rear there.
Do you know,
No.
Westie, I've been thinking about that a lot recently.
Getting in the rear.
I mean, Stalker 2 is crazy as well because it's not on PlayStation. So, like, if Xbox have like a console-selling game, that's going to be one of them.
Yeah. It could be Mahusive.
Although you probably could just like, you know, we live in the generation of GeForce now. You know what I mean?
Enemies destroyed your trophy system.
Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint active. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
What's up?
I nearly killed another teammate,
I mean, that's not good, my brother.
but this time I had trigger discipline. Oh!
Ran straight into a grenade. Whoops.
I have that problem often.
Hypersonic Squid, thank you very much for the 17 months, my brother. Thank you very much. Been here since BF3. Loving the Black Ops 6 content. Thank you very much, Hypersonic Squid. Long time subscriber and member. Thank you very much, buddy.
I have to make a call.
Thank you very much indeed. We're not making much progress with these snipers, I gotta say.
Nice. They didn't even realize that was a player. He shot the guy on the floor by accident. Oh, that's so funny.
Look at how many people go for headshots, man. Like, this is insane.
yeah.
People just like, ding, 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 ding.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious. He literally just saw, like, he shot the first guy, and then he went to shoot the guy on the stairs, missed, and hit somebody he thought was a dead body.
Brother, that's not
Oh,
good.
man.
That's not good, my brother.
That's funny, man.
Whenever I stream multiplayer, I lose subs whilst I'm live. Whenever I stream zombies, I gain subs.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Do you know what? I always see those like tweets from like YouTube analysts or like other YouTubers that say like, "Don't worry, guys, you need to make sure that you're doing more than streaming if you want to grow your channel. I was like, what happens to people that are, you know, quite happy just where they are? What happens if you're happy, if you're okay just streaming and being like, this is great?
Well, YouTube did do a very interesting thing recently. I'm going to see if I can pull it up on my my dashboard quickly.
Yeah.
Because they've started offering what I would call fairly advanced advice just in their own dashboard.
Right.
Where would you be? So YouTube gave me an actual like slideshow as to.
Was this like where your viewership was coming from or whatever?
Let me find it. It was like.
I get those in my studio app on my phone.
Yeah. So basically, like, here we go. So, hub content, familiar and keeps viewers coming back, frequent and easy to produce, right?
Yep.
Evergreen answers to common searches, which they call help content.
Yep.
Right? And then hero content.
Yep.
Popular topics with big appeal, rare and well planned. So they've actually, like, you know how we always talk about, like,
Evergreen.
situational content versus evergreen content.
Correct, yeah.
They're now classifying that as hero content. Like, they're actually providing that advice in-app.
That's interesting.
Which I think is very interesting.
That's very interesting.
And, like, I was in a meeting with them recently because
Yeah.
I'm in some sort of, like, career development program. And they basically just said, like, yeah, like, you know, if you consistently produce evergreen content, like, it's how what I call the tomographic territory, right? Like, you can just
You can watch it
apply
whenever.
that formula to something new or trendy. So, like, I will make a video on Stalker 2 when it comes out. Why? Because I want to take everything I've learned in the last couple of months with Black Ops, try and apply it to a slightly different game with a slightly different context and see how it flies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same with Delta Force.
Absolutely.
But yeah, very, very, like, you know, these are the things that, like, you wouldn't know unless you did YouTube for years.
Yep.
And now they're just
Throwing it out there.
out and out.
Well, that's what I mean
amazing.
about, like, it's up to you now. Like, my YouTube channel technically hasn't grown for nearly 2 years, but
Yeah.
I'm comfortable in the knowledge of why that is.
Target ID.
I know
Yeah.
why that is. So, like, I'm quite comfortable just being where I am.
And you're well, I mean, also, to be honest with you, the sub count these days means less and less.
It does.
You know,
It does
YouTube
mean
is
less and less.
algorithmic.
Yes, it does mean less and less.
Like,
I would
I
love to
thought
get
it
there
was-
one day. I'd love to get to the gold plat, and I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will.
you will.
But hey,
Remember, Westie, when you start pumping out those videos over Warzone, remind people to hit the sub button.
yeah, that's exactly what I will do.
One of my videos from the other day that's sitting at, I think, like 115k viewers.
Yep.
1,700 subs.
Very
Like that.
nice, dude. Just
Good
purely for
conversion
just shouting it out in that intro part.
First 30 seconds, easy.
Yep.
Hardpoint located.
And that's where
so
that.
basically,
Go on, I was going to say
Go
that's
ahead.
where I'm gonna just start on with Area 99. Like that's what I
Yeah.
want to do. I just want to have some good video fun again. You know,
Hold it. Hardpoint is active.
that's what we want.
Hardpoint is
well, you
secure.
know, it's producing videos like, you know, it sounds weird, but like obviously we know YouTube is now kind of leaning into sort of 10-minute plus videos.
More,
You want
yeah,
that?
longer. Get them up long.
Longer is better.
Target
Yeah.
Yeah.
captured the
I mean,
hardpoint.
think about it. Like they're now offering 3-minute shorts. So in the eyes of YouTube, an 8-minute video just isn't going to cut it.
No.
Like,
I mean, there are certain formats that works for, but like,
Certain, yeah.
I mean, the what I noticed, Lackey, was for me, it was DMZ, which is when they first started to really get on that trend of longer videos. Like, I could post a 25-minute video, no problem, and people would watch at least 50% of it.
Stay on
And then
target.
you look at where the viewership comes from, and it's the bigger the screen, the longer the watch. So if people watching
TV.
TV, well, long watch time. Mobile, short watch time.
yep. Well, YouTube very interestingly told me that 40% of my viewers last week watched on a TV,
Yep.
which I was like, damn, that's a lot higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah, my viewership on YouTube on TV is over 50%.
Yeah.
Which is,
Mad.
and also, as a little insider bit of knowledge for our viewers out there, the bigger the screen, the more the ad rev as well, because of course adverts are more normal on the bigger screens because you're used to watching adverts on TV. That's why there's so many adverts on YouTube TV these days.
Oh yeah.
That's why they do
Hostiles
it.
Captured the hardpoint.
Also, a tip from a viewer also mentioned subbing at the end. Some people will watch all the way through and will remember to do that. Interesting. That's a good point.
My favorite thing in the comment is like, I had some comments recently that were timestamping like the end of the video, and I was like, damn, we cooked.
Yeah, we cooked.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Thanks.
I literally, I'm not even joking. So like to the right of me, you can't see it on camera, but to the right of me is a
Hardpoint
whiteboard.
located.
And every time I make a video now, I've literally got like a timeline on the bottom with like, you know, hooks, goals,
Hardpoint locked down.
how I'm structuring content. I literally just sit there and go through it every single
Hostiles
time.
have the
Yep.
hardpoint.
And it even has, I have sticky notes on the whiteboard that say, ask for subs. ask for likes, ask for subs.
Yeah.
30
It's
second
not.
mark.
It's not a bad idea, mate.
Well, the other thing I wanted to do, and I'm going to see how I can do it, I want to make a template on DaVinci Resolve for my videos.
Yeah.
That like has pre-designed callouts for me, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like reminders for me.
Yeah.
Enemy UAV.
So that as soon as you open it, you're already looking at a timeline that's full of your information that you need.
Yeah, information that I know is useful for the context of what I'm trying to do.
Using scout pulse.
I mean, like, we were in flow. Do you remember during COVID, Lucky? All of us were just in the flow of making that
Oh,
kind of
it's amazing.
content. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible those days.
And you could drop, like, with all due respect to the audience, we could drop literally the most dog shit video in the world, and it would get 200k views. Like, it was...
And you
It was a beautiful time.
You can still drop those videos, but they won't be rewarded with the viewership anymore. You have to be a bit more savvy about what it is that you're doing. And like, I think that comes from also viewers being like, well, they're just more selective about what they want to view. They've got less time again now. Less time to view, so they're going to be more picky. Would you say that a normal... What would you say a normal KD is? Surely someone going 28 to 8 is abnormal. 28 to 8 is a good player.
It's a good player, yeah. I mean, it's just a good lucky round as well. Like, at the end of the day, the average KD is 0.85 or something. So,
Yeah, my KD in most of these multiplayer games is going to be about 0.8 because that's what COD wants to keep me at. In Warzone, different kettle of fish because, of course, like you're eliminating players, this, that, and the other.
yeah, I mean, I recorded the 2-box content video on this account.
Yep.
And I did that during second prestige, and my elimination ratio is like 1-2 because of that.
Yeah.
Hardpoint located. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
I was going to say, actually, and this was just an idea I had.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm mentioning this on stream, but I suppose it's not a big deal. I was thinking maybe we take our group chat, turn it into like a mini Discord server, and have little segments for stuff like this.
Yeah, I think it's a shout.
I don't know about you, but I'm using Twitter less and less.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've been using... I only talk to certain people over Discord now because they just won't open Twitter anymore. And like, I don't really want to open it either.
I hear it, big man.
I don't really want to open it.
Opened my Twitter timeline on my train home the other day, and I'm pretty sure a car crash was the first video it tried to show me.
It's either a car crash, a beheading, pornography, or Elon's done something
Terrorism.
again. Yeah, honestly. One of those 4 things, I swear.
And we're taking the divorce badly to a whole new level.
The thing is like, I mean, we've all got our own Discords, but like, I find that if I tried to directly manage that, it takes a lot of consumption for my brain to do that.
Enemy UAV
Which is why I tried to do it during COVID, and it kind of worked, but it didn't really. And unfortunately, I just don't have the brain power to run it. And also, I don't really have anybody else that I'm comfortable giving control to be like, can you run it?
Do it now.
So I would love to open up a Discord again and do that, but I just, realistically, I just don't, as one person, I don't have the brain power to do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is why Twitter kind of used to work so well during the pandemic, because everyone had more time, and now we've all got less time again. You know, it's all correlating back one way, isn't it?
Bastards.
It's all correlating one way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how much longer that app has left in it. Like, advertisers have left it in droves, so
Oh, yeah,
it's only a
of
matter of
course,
time really
of
for
course.
it.
Hostile counter UAV
Eventually, the
established
billionaire gives
above.
up, you know what I mean?
Well, the reason that he's changed the way the monetization system works, so it's premium subscribers and underneath your replies, is because there's not enough ad rev to go around.
Yeah, now it's just like 7,000 bots from India all commenting
Yeah.
AI-generated replies in the hope of getting some sweet US ad revenue.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ, like, how did nobody foresee this coming?
Have you, with your TikTok, have you got it set up for monetization?
Yes, why?
I just wanted to give out some general information to everyone who's watching, because I emptied my TikTok account for the first time the other day. So I've been creating TikToks since the Modern Warfare 2 COD Next event, which was...
And you hadn't
set.
withdrawn...
I hadn't withdrawn anything, no. So since September 2022, I hadn't touched it. And
Right.
so let me have a look.
Setting
Let me have a
waypoint.
look. To reload the page.
I was wondering why you bought that new
Citrus,
chair.
LTV incoming.
Well, no, this is the thing, Lucky. Here we go. Right, so let me just verify that it's actually me. It is me. So, 991,000 likes. I don't know how many views
Right.
I've got across the time, but I have 52,000 followers on there. A fair amount. I'm posting like 5 or 6 a week.
We're done.
Yep.
How much do you think I've actually earned in 2 years, just over 2 years on TikTok?
Well, the ad revenue only really started kicking in like 3/4 of the way through that.
Yep.
I'm gonna go 400 quid.
You're not far off. 475 quid. So for 2 years worth of TikTok, and this is me not really min-maxing it. This is not me giving the editing team any real guidance other than can you just create highlight clips, because that's kind of what I want the account to be. Yeah, it's earned me £475 in 2 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. I'm just like, it just goes to show, like, I mean, obviously I have a short form strategy going into the new Warzone just because I've been meaning to get into it.
Yep.
But like, it explains exactly why I've never bothered. It's just because like it's just not worth my mind. Like, it's not worth my time or money.
I don't really think it is worth the time unless you're someone like Ol or anything like that.
Yeah, if you can knock out a formula where you can just produce consistently decent like content in not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Not to say that he doesn't put any effort into it,
But
like,
he has his formula. He knows what works, right?
And he's got a formula that, like, I'm confident maybe takes him a couple hours a day to get 4 or 5 out. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. And he's good at it. But this
Very
is the
good
thing. And I would say, though, it sounds not to be disparaging to Ol, because he's a great guy, but, you know, Ol doesn't really do long form very well. Just like me and you don't particularly do short form very well.
No, we don't do short form very
Like,
well.
we've been the long form boys since we started YouTube, because that's always what we've known. Whereas he started on TikTok, so of course he's gonna know how to unlock that a little bit more than us.
Yeah, it's two entirely different worlds. Obviously, TikTok ad revenue has now improved quite substantially, and I imagine if you were pumping out, I'm confident if you were producing a fairly decent content schedule that was getting fairly strong engagement every single time or most of the time.
Yep.
I'm sure you probably would make a good bag these days, but like compared to a YouTube video, not even in the same conversation.
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, this is
without delving into the details here, folks, I'm pretty sure like a single one of my videos this past month had made the same amount you just described for 2 years of TikTok.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
A whole new
A whole new wallet.
Please don't think I'm rich or in that tax bracket. I also have bills. And a student loan.
You're not actually wrong. Oh, brother.
Taking a shot.
Yeah, everybody cancels their membership now because they think I'm on they think I'm on some Russian ruble shit, bruh.
What? Lucky earned 500,000 rupees.
And it only took me nearly 12-hour days every single week this past month.
Oh, man.
I genuinely think throughout the release of Black Ops 6, like, obviously it's calmed down this week pre-integration, but like,
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think I did a day that was less than 10 or 11 hours, like, in terms of just filming, streaming, making new videos, planning videos. Like,
It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy.
I've got 50p.
I
Anyway, now's a really good time to remind you, become a channel member today.
Today. Not yesterday. Today.
And remember, on YouTube, it's a 70-30 split because the overlords love us.
What do ad blockers have any impact on you personally?
Yes.
Yes, but I can't measure
Massively.
it. I can't measure
We
it.
can't measure it, yeah, massively, but yes. And I've got to tell you, thank you, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and all Chromium-based browsers for killing all ad blockers. And I hope you're very successful in that crusade, and I hope you make it absolute misery for them. And if you've ever wondered why your live streams or videos buffer for ages on YouTube, it's because you're using an ad blocker that they're actively trying to prevent, and it will get worse throughout the next year or so. And I hope it does. You stealing bastard.
Oh, dear. Thoughts on Nadeshot earning like 240k from his subathon? Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, well done. I mean,
think about it.
There's no denying he's a hard worker. Like,
yeah, think about it this way, right? How much do you reckon actors are making for their appearance in films? Like, and they have to do a lot of work for that. Like, a film doesn't just come out and go, yeah, they did 2 hours of acting for that film. No.
The streaming industry is no different to any other industry in the sense that, like, you know, people like Nadeshot didn't just happen to be successful.
No.
Like, the guy ran a phenomenal esports career, turned it into a phenomenal career for like general content.
Yep.
Then made his own brand and his own esports agency. Like, you know, it's very easy as a content creator to just sort of sit there and be like, well, that's a joke. Like, why are people supporting him? And it's like, well, no, like he's done a hard graft for a number of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
To make that happen. Like, you know, the same with like Kai Cenat. Like Kai Cenat has scaled upwards at every level. Like, you know, it isn't just him doing a subathon, it's him set dressing his subathons, it's him understanding pop culture references. I mean, he's got like the NPCs doing sub call outs for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
like, he's managed to make an entertaining product to some extent.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Well, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Everybody has their own levels to it. And I was sitting there talking to Jess the other day about it. I was like, you got to think, like, when I first started, when both me and you pretty much started doing YouTube, it was uncommon that a YouTuber would be doing it full time, right? It's uncommon.
Yeah, it wasn't normal.
I don't think it's an outrageous to claim now that, you know, someone in when you look at our group that we play with, you've got me, you, Stod, and Jaff, right? I think it's fair to say that we're all at slightly different levels.
Yeah.
But you look at Jaff, it's Jaff's job.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
He's made in such a short window.
Yeah, and like, but the platform has allowed him to get there, and so I thought it was really cool when the other day you think about it and you're like, YouTube isn't like this job where you go like, oh, you need like millions of subs or whatever to make it work. If you've got an audience or you make the certain type of content, you can make it your job, and it's really cool that that's the case because it actually opens it up to more people. I think it's great.
I mean, the thing is, right? Like, you know, YouTube is one of those places where like it tells you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and yes, for those of you asking, we do actually make cash if you're a YouTube Premium user. In fact, we actually make more cash if you're a YouTube Premium user.
That's correct, yes.
You know, but yeah, like, you know, YouTube, like, I go through my analytics dashboard after every video to understand why my video did or didn't do well. Every single time. Because YouTube, like, TikTok and Shorts, they're a bit more random. Everybody knows that, right? Like, you know, sometimes you can have a really good performing video that's very entertaining, and it just doesn't perform well in short form.
Yep, for sure.
Long form is not the same. Long form will tell you in detail what the hell you did wrong. And anyone can do it now. Like, when things calm down in January, March, February, well, pre-Verdansk,
yeah.
You know, I will be looking at a second channel in a different topic field, like not even in video games.
No, I think it's worth it. I think if you've got another interest that you don't mind turning into content, then you can give it a go.
The thing for me, right, is like I've thought about this a couple of times. I see so many niches in the YouTube space that aren't being filled right now that definitely would just, like, without this sounding businessy, but it is the case, they would just be money printers. Like at the end of the day, and that's fine. Like, I mean, look at the number of faceless TikTok channels to AI generated voices that are just doing shit like that. Yeah. You know?
I don't
with a more personal touch that's better made. Like, it's
agreed.
I don't agree with those channels because they are ultimately just content thieving at a massive level.
They're cheesing it pretty hard.
Yeah, they're cheesing it. Yeah, they'll never be like sustainable in the long term.
And that's the thing, that the platforms like YouTube are obviously investing in AI technology to help create content. What they want to avoid is the AI becoming the content.
The content, yeah.
So
I'm confident YouTube will eventually include something that detects if an AI voice is being utilized, and it will nerf that content deliberately.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I want to read this comment out loud because I think it's great. Hi, I'm Kieran and I like bread.
But what? Granary bread? Or
what kind of bread?
Bread bin.
What, you know, are we talking a good tiger loaf? Like,
mate, a tiger loaf. Give me that tiger loaf. Yeah. I'll take that.
I mean, it's worth noting as well, me and Westie are having these conversations in the context of people who have been doing this for quite a while now.
Yeah.
I mean, you more than me at this point, but like, you know, it's experience that's like, I mean, the reason we talk as YouTubers, not only just because obviously we're mates and we enjoy playing the game together, is because no one else really does our job. And like, if you get stuck in a tech department making code, who do you go to? Someone else who does code.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You ask them for help. You're like, have you done this before?
Can somebody find the senior, please? Help.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's great. 'Cause that's why I like that the group chat we're in, because like most of the time, at least once, twice, maybe 3 times a week, there's a big conversation going on in there about something that's happened or
something related to our role, industry, or how we can change something.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you bloody need. I tell ya.
Friends,
colleagues, co-workers. You know,
that's what we are
but
now.
Also, we play video games and like it's actually kind of fun too, and that's really nice. And it's just a Warburton's endorsement would be sweet. Listen, I'm an absolute slag for a hot cross bun. Do you know?
You don't think right now I'd go downstairs and toast one?
Toast one right now, bit of butter. Gosh,
brother, I would. Oh yeah, give it me. Ugh. I'm dying so much.
I had a
man.
cinnamon bun the other day.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the size of my head. And it was spiritual journey from Westie.
Lovely.
This has been a great round to get launcher kills on the old. No, go away, sniper.
Blackbeard, thank you very much for becoming a member, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. So yes, to answer the questions, YouTube Premium members, if you're a premium subscriber on YouTube, then I do make more money from your viewership compared to people who just watch adverts. But the vast majority of my revenue comes from people who do watch the adverts. And if you're a member of my channel, then of your membership amount that you pay per month, I make 70% of that, and then 30% goes to YouTube as a it's almost like a service fee. They're providing the service, so they take a 30% cut. I think a 70-30 split is fair. I'd like if it was 80-20. I think that would be more fair towards the creator, but I understand obviously YouTube, you know, they're going to want to make money. They're going to want to make profit, so of course they'll do that. Can't wait to get back on the grind with the lads. It's been a hot minute since we played Warzone. We're going to do Warzone tomorrow, aren't we? We're doing the last. Are you going to do that with me and Jaff, or what are you going to do?
I think I will. Yeah, I think I will.
Even if it's just
one last hurrah.
yeah, like 2.5, 3 hours is fine. That's like, because then that way we could be like, Urzikstan is regressing.
Goodbye, Green Popov. You won't be missed.
No, you won't. Even
you
though
useless pile of.
Jesus Christ, man, it is honestly useless. I'm gonna put this 2x thermal on. Why not?
Why not? I'll do what I want.
You don't think I will?
We talk about the fact that a lot of the 1x reticles in this game are like really ugly.
Yeah, they're not great. Have you done like all the? There's loads on zombies that I've done, and they're just like I just use the purple dot reticle. It's the best one.
Oh dear.
YouTube will never crush AI voices. They're too prominent in translating. Doing that would crush themselves with their ads, etc.
They would integrate it into their own system. That's what they do. YouTube does not like it when somebody does something for them.
Yeah, they will just. Well, I mean, they're basically. You spoke about that the new community feature, right? They're basically creating semi-Discord.
Yeah, they're making Discord in YouTube.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because they don't want Discord taking away from YouTube, because Discord has now announced its own revenue split.
But not only that, did you know that Discord is barely profitable as well?
Well, yeah.
Like Nitro's not really great.
It's the only interesting thing I would say about the entire content creator space is that I don't know how profitable TikTok is. I don't know the numbers for that. But as far as I'm aware, YouTube is the only profitable video creation / streaming platform.
I think so. Twitch is certainly not.
Well, Twitch has never been profitable. It's never made money.
No.
Which is insanity if you think about it, really. I mean, like...
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I think I just clatted a teammate.
You clatted?
In the name of, well, yeah, it wasn't very wise, I'll be honest, but... You know, winner's got to win, do you know what I mean?
Wins are gotta win. Okay. Yeah, if you're strafing while sniping in this game, you're ruined.
Point is secure.
Yeah, I do think it's funny that Twitch makes money off Kick.
Yeah, it's so weird, isn't it? Kick just literally uses their entire infrastructure to create their
Although
content.
somehow, well, actually no, I say somehow
Located.
more cost efficiently. It's actually just because they've got gigantic state budget that could probably go like
Yeah.
infinitely.
Yeah, they're just relying on degenerates who gamble.
Established overhead.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that website's gonna die a doom that's gonna be explosive when it happens.
Gonna be
I
funny.
won't say the reasons I feel why, for obvious fears of litigation, but let me tell you something, buddy. Do you thought CS gambling looks strange? I think we're gonna be in for a ride. We're gonna be in for a... Although fair play to Kaisenat said that he turned down $60 million from Kick to do his subathon on Twitch.
Really?
He turned down 60 million up front.
Mate, I don't know if I could do that.
Well,
I think for me, all morals would have gone out the window at that point.
100%. Yeah.
I'm going to sit here right now and say, if you think I'm not going to take 60 million as somebody who's never seen that kind of money in their entire life, like,
Well, I
I'll
think
take it.
Their thinking probably was, right, like if you give him 60 mil and then he sees just how much more he'd make post-sub-split, he
Yeah.
might stay, but obviously that's never going to happen. I mean, name anybody whose Kick deal expired who didn't instantly leave the platform.
oh yeah.
Down.
It doesn't exist.
I'm struggling with this thermal, man.
Side note, I'm now sponsored by an unregulated gambling corporation. I'm moving to Malta.
And all my crypto holdings are in Dubai. Yo.
That's the word on the street. Goodbye. We've gone from Call of Duty to slot machines.
Call of slot. No, sorry.
What?
I literally can't snipe it.
Westie's price isn't 60 million. It's a well-made roast dinner. Actually, I think that might be Stod.
And that's why I don't take Stod's deals.
No one takes stud deals.
Shooter identified.
Stoddy Incorporated.
Hardpoint identified. We've given up the lead.
I actually bribed Westie the other day for a Freddo,
A Freddo.
which in the modern economy is actually about 1 million quid.
Yeah. It's like, what? A Freddo's like 55p now. It's crazy how expensive it is.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Do you remember Mixer? That was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember Mixer. I
I feel
remember.
like I've been through generations of creator trauma.
Established above.
Not only that, mate. I remember when Ninja and was it Shroud? Both of them made like absolute bank off of that, and then
Made a
Microsoft.
serious bank, it folded, and then they got to keep the bank for not fulfilling their contract.
Well, yeah, because Microsoft didn't fulfill their side of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, right? Absolutely crazy.
Shout out to their agents, by the way. What a blinder they played on that one.
Can we give a shout out to our agent, who's actually been an absolute top
Absolute
hogging
blinder.
great legend this season, this year?
There's a crate of wine with his name on it around Christmas.
Semtex out.
Hardpoint located.
Poor chap working Sunday as well. Bloody
I know,
hell.
honestly, I don't envy him sometimes.
No,
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I blame the kilometer people for that one though.
The kilometer people.
What the?
Lockdown.
Honestly.
Like, for love to my Americans in chat, but for a country that's like evangelically said that Sunday is sacred for the past like however many years, why do so many of your companies try and email us on Sundays?
Please stop
or
it.
call us on Sundays? Like, leave us alone, bro.
Enemies destroyed your trophy system.
I'm watching football,
Yeah.
and you should be too.
I'm playing golf. It's raining.
And you should be too.
It's raining. It's cold. I've had enough.
Hostiles have the
It's
hardpoint.
raining, it's cold, it's miserable, and I've had enough.
I've been here.
Getting battered time and time again.
I need to find the original clip of that.
Can't remember where I found it. I think I've recorded the
It was
entire.
definitely like a Twitter post or something, wasn't
I
it?
think I've recorded the entire thing.
Hostile
It was a
UAV
Twitter post, yeah.
established
It was
overhead.
after one of their home losses against. I don't know who it was actually. I think it was Liverpool. Might have been the Liverpool game.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down.
Enemy mover spotted.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
I was looking at places in Scotland the other day.
Oh yeah.
Just because, you know, like to browse every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not?
And one of the buildings you could buy, or one of the flats you could buy, was in an old co-op.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a listed building because it was one of the first.
A listed co-op.
Listed co-op, mate. You know how mad that is.
See you all down here.
So you're down here. Mince pies.
Minced
The
pies.
next section over, refrigerated.
Hardpoint is secure.
I keep dying. Constantly. It's raining. It's cold.
It's raining. It's cold.
Overhead.
Not bad enough.
Oh, you bastard. I've been out here getting battered time and time again.
Oh, grenade.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I've swallowed a Semtex. I repeat, I've swallowed a Semtex.
Oh, I shot my own teammate. It's not good.
I'm cooking up a storm this weekend, Westie.
Oh, what are you doing?
Hardpoint is secure.
There's obviously, you know, when I was in Portugal, I was missing some things that I craved in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Now that I'm in the UK, I'm missing things that I craved in Portugal, right? So it's become a very, split life. Do you know what I mean? It's become quite problematic.
Yeah.
Portugal has something called duck rice, right?
Duck rice.
And let me tell you something, Westie.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something unreal, phenomenal. Some of the best food I've ever had in my life, right?
Yeah.
So what it is you roast the duck, right? You slow cook it for as long as you humanly can to make it as tender as humanly possible.
They're literally
With a bit of
falling
seasoning and whatnot, right?
Falling apart, yeah?
Falling apart. And then you use the drippings from that to cook a broth of rice, right?
Okay.
And then in that goes roasted chorizo.
Oh,
So it's
my.
roasted chorizo, duck-flavored rice, and duck. And I've got to tell you, wow.
Can I come over, please?
Well, you know.
Don't go anywhere.
To do cooking in Stod's house.
Yeah.
Do it on stream again with his Logitech C920 because his camera overheated.
Bloody hell.
Did you watch his stream
Yeah.
when he did that?
Overheated.
It was absolute cinema.
Sending Semtex. Consequences.
Oh gosh. Absolute cinema. Stoddy's camera overheating, and then he goes to the most decrepit Logitech C920 in 720p.
Oh, that's incredible. As if he thinks making a cheese sandwich is going to get him the views.
Arroz de pato, absolutely, bro. Unreal.
Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Pato is Portuguese for duck.
Yep. Rice the duck.
Rice, rice of the duck.
That's not how
Rice of the
sentence
duck.
structure works there, but you know what I mean.
El Ducko de rice.
Ducko rice.
Duck
Unreal,
o rice.
honestly. I've always wondered how much like cooking YouTubers make, because it must be a bag.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like-
you got like Joshua Weissman, binging with Babish. You watch Joshua Weissman? He's really good. He's really good, and he's on a health kick at the moment. He's lost like a lot of weight.
Some dude in my chat, QG Duck, just did a $5 super chat. He said, talking about eating a duck when I'm right here. Very rude.
QG Tuck was in my chat earlier as well.
Very rude.
Very rude. Up in here.
Up in here.
Getting battered
Getting
time
boiled
and
time
time again.
Getting boiled. Time and time again. Up in here. Getting battered.
I was thinking about things the other day that like aren't quite Christmassy, but sort of I have around Christmas.
Okay.
And so my mum does this thing called Boxing Day pie, right?
Oh yeah.
So she takes everything that we had from Christmas dinner, all the leftovers, and wangs it in a pie, and that's lovely.
That is lovely. I would
I've
like
been
that.
thinking a lot about a beef Wellington recently. Do you know what I mean?
In a pie.
You know what I
Beef
mean?
Wellington in a pie.
It's been on my mind lately.
Has it been a while since you've had one?
It's been a while since I've had some beef, Westie.
A beef
Make
welly.
that sentence what you will.
A beef welly.
Moving like a pure vegan right now,
Engaging hostile.
without the choice.
Duck is everywhere. I know I'm delicious, but you could at least keep it to yourself. I love having that banter.
Somebody said do hot ones in the UK, but make it a UK riff-off called cold ones.
Cold ones.
Make the logo just a rain cloud.
It's raining.
Training.
It's raining. Oh dear.
Actually, using good weapons in hardcore is like such a godsend because what did I just watch?
Yeah, there you go, the PP. It's just going for them headshots, bro. That was me sniping that guy. Boom!
Well, it doesn't matter if the Australians did it first. Much like the United Kingdom has done every time. We'll take it, make it our own, and then pretend they weren't there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was not a colonialism reference, just to clarify. That was more just the fact that the second somebody's successful in Australian, they're accidentally British. Or from LA. Like Hugh Jackman.
Lackey, Paul's put something in the Edelman chat.
Okay.
The one day I can't do.
I mean, I can do it, yeah.
Right, let's have a look at this.
Should I just record it for you?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I mean...
Yeah, you're not one of those, like, guys. Look, if you're Australian and successful, you're British. If you're Australian and not successful, or people we don't want to be associated with, you're Iggy Azalea. All right, it's and then you're Australian. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a very clear line.
Paul just replied. Can you just record it for me too?
Nice.
Oh dear. Matt, modify my chat, Lackey. This can be for both of us. Thoughts on how you think Ruben Amorim will do at United?
I think he'll do well to an extent, but like, again, it's the same thing. Like, they don't have the recruitment, they don't have the depth. Like, the recruitment they make is terrible, and then inevitably a manager falters because he's been given terrible players. Like,
there's two ways that, you know, Premier League teams seem to operate, which is one, manager gets no say, gets given players, or manager has seemingly complete control of players. And there are a couple of teams that get it really, really right, and a couple of teams that get it really, really wrong. Yep. I think Ruben Amorim I think he's a great manager, but first what he has to do at Man United is he's going to have to get a whip out, and he's going to have to whip these players who are on 300 grand a week and tell them stop acting like children and be football players.
yeah.
There are quite a few players in that United team that...
And if anyone can do it, it's the cold disdain of a Portuguese stare.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Mourinho basically did it when he was there, so... If I speak, I am suspended 6 months.
My favorite thing was him pulling out the laptop to show a referee a decision that he'd made.
Yeah.
In the middle of a Turkish league game.
Oh, yeah, that was brilliant.
Pointed it towards the television cameras.
Yeah, he put it in front of the TV camera, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was brilliant. A Portugueser.
How is that not a headshot? What have I done? Oh, there's one Portugueser trying to get direct hits with an RPG in this lobby.
Oh, no.
On our team, I might add, so.
Single shooter.
Yeah, I think Amorim's he's a good manager, but if United handle it the same way they did Ten Hag, then he's gonna befall the same end.
Very quickly, yeah.
I think he's a better manager than Ten Hag, though. I'll say that. I think he's very good. I mean, the game he played against City, fair enough. City are not playing at their best at the moment, but he outplayed them. No problems.
I need to renew my Photoshop membership next month.
Yar! I need to be doing the same.
Yar.
Yar.
If anybody happens to be a student and who suddenly wants their name to be Lachlan, give me a shout.
Lacto.
I will be there no matter what.
I've got a pretty good deal with my Photoshop, to be fair. It's about, I think Photoshop and Lightroom together for me cost about £18 a month, and I'm like, that's not bad.
Terrible.
That's because every time they try and say the price is going up, and I just threaten to leave, and then they just go,
if you
oh,
do
we'll
that
keep.
Like 6 times they go, no, I'm alright, it's alright.
Yeah, they just leave it at the same level for you, so I might as well just, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I had that with let's just say a TV service that I probably shouldn't have access to, but I happened to be in the United States at the time.
Oh, okay.
And I tried to cancel it, and they were like, yeah, but we'll give it to you for like 80% less of what we're currently charging. I was like, oh, I mean, if anything, that just makes me want to cancel it more.
Well, if you want me to continue committing geolocational crimes.
Yeah.
And that's what VPNs are for.
And that's what I go to VPNs for. it's not for easy lobbies, guys. It's so I can watch Premier League coverage in Canada. No, I'm joking.
Oh, dear.
Shout out Fubo TV for still accepting PayPal. That's a valid payment method.
Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is.
Enemy scout pulse detected.
I'm somewhat fond of maple trees myself.
I really like them. On my flag. Oh! I fell off the building.
Hardpoint identified.
That was a very jammy kill for me, I will say that.
Hostile RCXD.
He's got a gold RPG. This guy's
I
dedicated
feel
now.
very sorry for him. Because he needs to get direct kills with it.
Hardpoint is
I'm in the
Although I
tub.
don't know why he's doing it in this instead of like stakeout or something. Like that probably would make more sense.
I'm in the tub.
No. Listen. If you're British, when you can use it, and then when you're mildly successful, you're Scottish. We've already discussed this, right? That's what Andy Murray does. He's like, yeah, I'm British, and then he wins something. He's like, Scotland are brave! Like,
Scotland,
listen, bro,
brave!
like, pick a lane, bro. Like, just pick one or the other, all right? You either do or don't want to be associated with Glasgow. Take your pick, all right?
The trophy system was eliminated. The trophy system.
Bathtub stream. All right, you don't think I will? I'm getting in it.
Do it right now. When Westie hits the big golden plaque, we're actually going to do a cooking stream at Stodd's house without telling him.
But what we'll be cooking is him.
And the flip side of that is that if they're British and successful, we're like, wow, British. Not Northern Irish or Scottish. Or Welsh, for that matter.
I'm a proud Englishman myself.
But if they're terrible, we go, wow, bloody Welsh. Idiot.
Idiot. Oh, he's got cold-blooded. I couldn't see him.
Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Oh. There's lots of shooting going on, and I don't like it.
I think our teammate just, like, swung around a corner there and just moided somebody instantly.
Oh.
Is this guy still here? Because I got a feeling he is.
Here we
Nice.
go. Dee-da-dee-da-do-do. Dee-da-dee-da-do.
Hardpoint is secure.
Hardpoint secure. They're gonna spawn behind me, aren't they? I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
First QG Duck was was catching strays. Now it's Glasgow Celtic.
Nice.
No one is safe. No one is safe.
Well, look, we're hardly much better. We're the country that brought you Essex.
From the country that brought you Essex.
And quite frankly, if a thermonuclear bomb dropped on Essex, nothing of value would be lost.
The only
Maybe
way.
Just some nice cars that have had lots of body kit spot on them.
Oh, I love my cars wrapped in gold foil. So
And
tasty.
maybe Gemma Collins, depending on how you feel about her.
I don't want to wrap my car in Gemma Collins. No.
That's actually a crime you've just described, Westie.
I think so.
I think it's called vehicular slaughter or something.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm from Essex. Am I wrong? You didn't sound particularly offended by that.
Hey, I'm from Essex. You're doing your group proud.
100%. I haven't even started on Birmingham yet.
You don't think I will?
Birmingham. We found a way to make London more shit and crime-ridden. Welcome to Birmingham.
That's fine.
Well, there you go. Well, you're not wrong.
Well, you are not wrong.
But you know, we've all got our sins to pay for. I mean, you know, Wales has Cardiff. You know,
UAV inbound.
we have Essex and
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Unfortunately, we'll give the Liverpudlians a pass on this one because you know they're not too bad sometimes.
Not according to David Coote.
What the fuck's
Well, you know.
going on out there? Tighten up and show some
And Scotland has Glasgow, and quite frankly, you can't come back from that.
No. Unfortunately, it's just not possible. Yorkshire has Bradford, etc. Yes.
Yeah, man. I mean, Yorkshire is literally one of the most beautiful places in the world, and Bradford exists. You know what I mean?
And on the 7th day, God tripped over and made Bradford.
Bradford.
Oh, there's a hellstorm on the way.
You know this part of England with lots of natural beauty that people write poems about and shit? Yeah, can we just give them Bradford?
Oh, no.
Watchdog helo incoming on your location.
10 enemies down.
Okay. We're getting kills, brother.
Enemy RCXD.
Bristol I can live with. I don't mind Bristol too much.
Bristol's okay.
Kent really bother me because Kent pretend they're in London, but they're not really in London. They're also pretend to be French, but they're not really French.
Kent,
And
the
then-
shithole of England.
Well, they were quote unquote the Garden of England, and now they're the car park of England.
The
so
car park
know.
of England.
It's what it is. It's amazing how many people have completed the Terminus Easter egg.
Dun, 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 dun. Shh. Dun, 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 dun. Staggering reports suggest that PGMOL was made aware of a video circulating of David Coote shortly after it was recorded. Coote was allegedly removed from officiating Liverpool matches in the Premier League, but later resumed duties in a lesser capacity as a video assistant and fourth official. He was eventually reinstated as a referee for Liverpool in the Premier League, having not officiated a Liverpool match in the league for about 4 years until he took charge of a game against Brighton at Anfield in March of this year.
Oh, what? So they already did all of this?
Yeah, staggering reports suggest that PGMOL was made aware of a video circulating of David Coote shortly after it was recorded. Not shortly after it was released. So the PGMOL already knew about this, and then they've decided to carry on? That's ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. They covered it up, and then they lied about it. What the hell?
PGMOL masterclass.
Well, I didn't realise, Lackey, that PGMOL is a limited company. The L stands for limited. They are their own limited company, which is then basically employed by the Premier League and the FA and the EFL to deliver professional referees for matches.
Somehow I'm not shocked.
But the whole point of that is that it was supposed to improve the quality of refereeing because they're professional referees. But they don't do that. I think the only other country in Europe that has quote unquote professional refereeing agency? Is it Italy? Is it the only other one? I don't know.
Yeah.
But like that means that at any point, I think the Premier League can give 7 days notice to break with the PGMOL, and it can just walk away.
Do it.
Get me that guy Turpin.
Have some bollocks and do it.
Capture the objective.
Oh, mate, honestly. Did you hear the chants at the Chelsea-Arsenal game at the weekend? Michael Oliver,
not.
it's all about you. The whole stadium was singing it, like Arsenal and Chelsea fans together. They were singing it together.
Well, this is the biggest dividing factor of all this stuff in the past has just been fan tribalism, but now they're all starting to come around to the idea that maybe the whole league needs to just get it right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's bloody awful, mate.
Because obviously it is, don't get me wrong, it is funny that, like, someone basically went, Jurgen Klopp's a bit of a knob.
But you
and
can't.
that is genuinely hilarious. But there's no denying that it does raise a bunch of questions about, like,
Incredible.
generally officiating.
Yeah, absolutely. Is it really that big of a deal, the fact that he said he didn't like a manager? Yes, because he's officiating a competitive football match which has a financial outcome at the end of the season. If they were all just playing for a bag of chocolate buttons and who pays for the beers at the bar afterwards,
And also,
no
he's a
one
bloody Notts
cares.
County fan. Why does he have such strong opinions about a Liverpool manager?
Yeah. Michael Oliver is the worst ref in human history. I wouldn't quite go that far. Mike Dean exists.
Mike Dean does exist. Anthony Taylor also exists.
I mean, the Arsenal game where he stood there and watched Havertz go up against the keeper and then stand there with his whistle in his mouth, waited until the ball was clear, and then stopped Havertz from scoring. I mean, I'm sorry, mate. You literally just sat there and waited for him to have an opportunity to score and then decided to blow your whistle. Like, that is utterly ridiculous. And then he starts going, no, 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 and on the pitch, and, like, all the players are just screaming at him. It's crazy.
You only need to look at Anthony Taylor's track record against Chelsea. Like, it's horrific. He should not be allowed to officiate Chelsea games.
None of the referees. The problem that we've got now is that all the referees have had bad experiences against certain teams, which then leaves fans thinking that they're, well, and you see it sometimes with the decisions go against them that they shouldn't. It's like, if there's not a rotating amount of referees that come through, and referees that haven't officiated these games, and they don't get moved around between the leagues, it happens too often. So, like, you end up with all of this recency bias where they're going to keep making bad decisions with certain teams because of the experiences they've had over time.
And I will say this. Over the last couple of years since VAR's introduction, I can think of very few controversial Champions League decisions.
Yeah.
Very few.
Yeah,
because it just generally seems to be better officiated.
You get some referees that are more likely to are less lenient than others, and some that like to stop the game more. But I will be honest, it does tend to be in the Champions League. At least the referees appear to treat both teams exactly the same, whether they're harsh, whether they let things go, whatever it happens to be. Like, at least they're treated fairly.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint locked down.
You know?
Yeah. It's an interesting time to be the Premier League, I'll tell you that much.
Well, yeah, it is, because, I mean,
Because
obviously...
they know these conversations are dominating their sphere at this point, sure.
And the Premier League they've got to defeat Manchester City. They have to win that. They have to win that for the integrity of the league. If they don't win it, then basically it's a free-for-all for all the teams that have got the owner capital to just spend whatever the hell they want, create some BS limited company and be like, yeah, my company's worth a huge amount and we're going to sponsor this team for 500 million. And then they'll just pump money in. If they don't beat Man City, they can't stop it happening. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's got to change quickly.
Enemy UAV inbound. Hardpoint located.
That's got to change.
Semi-automated offsides need to hurry up as well. They should have been introduced before this season.
Yeah, I mean, it was
broadcast cameras to determine whether or not someone's offside is absolutely insane.
I didn't realize those cameras are 50 FPS as well. They're not even 60.
Yeah, no. I mean, Hawkeye, which does like ball monitoring, 240 frames.
Yeah, so you can pick the exact frame that the ball touches the grass.
Which the ball is passed, right?
Yeah.
With 59 frame cameras, that means I think some of them are 29, by the way. Well, depending on the game.
I mean, all you have to do is look at the freeze frame when we're watching the VAR camera to see that the free kick taker is bloody blurred.
One frame it's offside, the next frame it would be onside.
Yep.
And that's because they don't use specialized equipment, which is absolutely insanity.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Westie tanking his KD point of view. Yeah, that's me. I've told you guys I don't really like 6v6. I'm purely doing this to try and rank up snipers. You guys know this. You know it. Regardless of views, at a minimum, he's brought his position and employer into disrepute, similar to any job, especially one in the public domain. Yeah, that's what David Koo's done. It's ridiculous.
I also think the people in the VAR booth should be an entirely separate employment line from the people refereeing.
Yeah, I agree.
Same training, but they shouldn't interact with them. They shouldn't be a crossover. There should be checks and balances without friendships. I'm
not trying to be ageist here, but VAR is a perfect stepping stone for young officials to get involved with officiating. And then if they want to then move on to physical officiating on the pitch, they then must go through training again and learn to be a referee and then move on to refereeing. But you then can't have them backtrack to VAR. They have to move on to physical refereeing or remain as a video assistant referee. I think that would be a really good way of doing it. Because then that way you'd encourage more young officials to get involved in football because they could specialise in that side of officiating as opposed to being like, now I have to know all the rules of football and try my best not to re-referee every single fucking decision that I see through the camera because the official on the pitch got it wrong.
Yeah.
So,
one of the weird things I find about VAR and stuff is they don't lean on it enough either. So like in the NFL, for example, right?
yep,
If let's say there's like a catch or a touchdown that's a little contentious, right?
yep,
By rule, every touchdown is automatically reviewed.
yep.
So what a lot of the refs do is they just give it as a touchdown, knowing it will go under video review.
Yep.
Because if they don't give it as a touchdown, it won't be reviewed unless a coach challenges the decision.
Yep.
So it just makes sense to lean on the system, and it's it's just logical, right? Like that,
Yeah.
that's how it works, right? And they always do that for the most major decisions. Like most of the officiating in the NFL will say, we're going to give this one way, and then lean on a video review if necessary to make sure, like it's correct.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And what blows my mind with referees in the Premier League, it's like, okay, well, why don't you just give the penalty?
Yep.
And then if you're not sure,
It
like
can be reviewed.
whether or not a referee has given or not given a decision shouldn't be an indication as to whether or not they think that is or isn't the case.
No.
This whole thing about it has to be a clear and obvious error from the referee is bollocks. It should just be the referee being able to go, I'm going to give this, but I want to see a video review just to double check.
Yeah,
Is that
just say,
okay?
in real time, I think that's a penalty.
But I want to check it.
I want it
I'm
reviewed
not
straight
sure.
away.
And they should be able to do that. They should just be able to say, I'm not sure about this decision.
So I'm going to make
Can
one.
we-
Yeah.
I'm going to make one, and I'd like to go over it. Simple as.
Yeah.
Give them a second look. Let them make the decision again.
Yep. I think it's not a bad shout. And maybe instead of it being re-refereed by somebody in the room, the VAR assistant goes, all right, this is on you. I'm just going to replay it for you at the monitor.
Yeah,
You make
there
the
you go.
decision. You do what you think.
Yeah, you do what you think's best in this scenario. And we're going to show you it at full speed. We're going to show you it at slow-mo, and we'll show you like 2 different
Like,
angles.
yeah, reverse angle or something like that.
And give them a bloody, I don't know, an iPad mini strapped to their chest, and they can just do it, whip it out on the field, not have to go over to a screen, have a look at it, job done.
And this the other problem with VAR, and they have been a little bit better this season, is the speed of getting things right and actually making the call and changing stuff. I will say this season it has been a bit quicker, which is good, but they're still making far too many mistakes. Far
Yeah.
too many.
For the time that it's taken, there should be no errors.
No.
Whereas what we've got right now is that it's taking them a little while, and they're still getting shit wrong.
Yep. VAR should be challenge-based, e.g. 3 per half, just like every other sport that uses it. Otherwise, as it is now, it's just subjective around poorly crafted laws of the game. Agreed.
Yeah, I mean,
because
the
the
NFL
laws have never really been updated to align with VAR.
I
It's
mean,
like,
the NFL has a challenge system. You can throw a challenge flag if you think something's been officiated incorrectly. If they go back and review it and find that they agree with you, the challenge flag gets returned to you.
yeah, and if you miss it,
If you get it wrong, they take the flag away from you.
Yeah.
Easy.
and then you could have it reset each half, and then if it goes to extra time, you get an extra one in extra time, as long as you haven't got your maximum of 3.
I just think like the whole video review, unless it's an offside, which I understand going to an automated system, why don't on-field referees just get to make these decisions permanently, but just get the opportunity to see them again?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, let them give it in real time, and then let them pull out an iPad and just say, right, lads, I just want a quick look at this again just to make sure I got this right. And if they think they're wrong, they overturn it.
Yeah.
Like, why does there have to be a separate entity with, like, because the whole clear and balance thing, to me,
Oh, God.
just means that you're creating a conflict between one referee and another, which means that you're basically pitching 2 levels of agency against each other, which is inevitably going to lead to mistakes.
Yep.
Whereas if you say, right, this is all on you, but we're just going to give you the tools to make a more informed decision,
Yep.
it just seems to make more sense.
But the problem I find, though, is that you, at the moment, I feel like you could give that additional time and they'd still get it wrong. Because, like, there are just elements where, like, I'm trying to think of one. What about the West Ham penalty, or that they didn't get, or what was it, where Eric Ten Hag lost his job, and like that Man United defender and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was never, ever a penalty. Never a penalty.
Yeah.
Do you think, though, in the referee reviewing it, because did the referee give it in real time, or did he not give it? No, he didn't give it, did he? He didn't give it in
no.
So on field, like from I think the viewpoint of about 99.5% of people, he got that right. And then VAR has just overturned it completely. I don't.
Yeah.
Like that's what does it. And like the referee made the decision. Was there enough evidence there to suggest it clear and obviously got it wrong? No. There you
that's
go.
why that system to me just doesn't make a huge amount of sense.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
But I got to tell you, Westie, that's enough multiplayer for me today.
Yeah, I think I'm done as well, mate. I think I'm done too.
Simply had enough, and yeah, let's see the Warzone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, good, wonderful. Go do some stuff now. Go make some videos.
Have fun with that.
Thanks, Westie.
See you later, mate. Have a
See
good
you
one.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, chat, that is us done for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. We did do some ranking up of the snipers. It's taking forever to get all this stuff unlocked, but we went from like 22 to 34, so we did all right. But thanks very much for watching, guys. Appreciate you being here. Enjoyed the conversation. It's been very good today, talking to you guys, talking to Lackey, having a good time. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to play Warzone tomorrow. We're going to play Urzikstan one more time before the Black Ops 6 integration, when everything is going to change. So myself, Jaff, Stod, and Lackey back in as a quad. And we'll be going for Warzone one last time before they change it for Thursday. Have a fantastic afternoon, QG Duck. I will attempt to not eat you tonight. Have a nice evening, guys. Have a lovely afternoon. And